Win or lose, we're going to walk out of this stadium tonight with our heads held high.
That is amazing. Wow, what a game.
Oh, my.
Unbelievable. One more for the record books.
Nothing's gonna stop us now.
At the buzzer, knocks it down.
Pick is up. Yes, he made it. Yes, reverse layup is good with 5 seconds left.
Put 6 on my stat. First title in program history.
Being an in-state kid, everything that I wanted in school was right at home.
Every coach has a toolbox, and every tool is from another coach.
Camaraderie, be able to hang out with each other and be together.
Takes it all the way for the touchdown.
Led by a future Badger.
I'm very excited for this kid because he is brilliant.
What an absolute javelin toss.
He's going to throw a jump pass and complete it for the 2-point conversion to Hawk.
I mean, we can see a lot of offense.
Put the exclamation point on it.
At the buzzer. Wow. It's good. Oh, my goodness.
Do your best.
Thank you so much for all you guys do for high school sports.
Guys, I got goosebumps.
That's all anybody can ask for.
The biggest games, the most compelling stories, the area's best high school sports coverage. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting 10 years to say this with the Dean Dennis Semrau. Let's play ball. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. And we greet you just a few steps away from my house. Sun Prairie West High School, our host venue for some Thursday afternoon high school baseball here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. It's the Battle of Sun Prairie, the first of a 2-game set with the Sun Prairie East Cardinals visiting the Sun Prairie West Wolves. 4 of the last 6 games between these two teams decided by just 1 run. The ace pitchers on the mound for both squads this afternoon should be a fantastic contest on
right, and the game will last 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
why you got to Dennis? We're 2 minutes into the broadcast. Why you got to be a Debbie Downer?
Because our first one last week was cold and was 2 hours and 37. Now that we got warm weather, boom, it'll be done.
Good news is it's a short commute home for me. If you need to sleep over, let me know. We got room. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda been a part of the Madison community since 1973. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and on Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda-certified technicians handle it all. And if you need new tires, Dennis Semrau at Zimbrick Honda. Buy 3, get the 4th for how much?
$1.
Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. So you and Hunter Vaughn debuted our PrepMania high school baseball coverage last week in Oconomowoc. This week I get to call this one with you, and I cannot wait for the Battle of Sun Prairie. Sun Prairie West, Sun Prairie East. A couple of years ago, this game didn't exist, Dennis, and now here they are, 2 quality baseball programs in the Big 8 Conference going toe-to-toe.
Yeah, and the second week in a row, we're doing a game on turf, okay? And Sun Prairie West actually turf after Sun Prairie East because the school, that was the first one in the area. Just like Middleton was the first one for turf for football, Sun Prairie East had it, and then they duplicated it. So I don't know. I didn't get a name for the stadium. They have naming rights. Do we call this the Wolf Den? Oh, I got to get my wolf in. I didn't do that. Strofe would be proud.
Strofe indeed would be proud. There's no doubt about that.
But on a day, I'm sure, depending on where the wind might be, this might be like Wrigley because there's a lot of open space out there. And but it's beautiful. We can see all the houses in the back. There's the school bus right in front of the school. It was like, okay, anybody who's come to Sun Prairie West High School for basketball games, football is over at the middle school, at the old high school.
Shared stadium.
Comes here. Okay, it's kind of a trek trying to get into the school. I wasn't sure what it was going to be like to get to the baseball diamond because all these turns and stuff like here. But great facility. It's a great day for baseball. If you're going to get rain, it's supposed to come tomorrow. And then these teams are supposed to play again on Saturday over at Sun Prairie East, which has got the same situation. It's turf field and grass in the outfield.
For all of the weather that we've seen around the area be so crazy this week, it is a picture-perfect night for baseball here at Sun Prairie West High School. 69 degrees, just a light breeze blowing out. Going to be an awesome evening as we bring you the Battle of Sun Prairie this evening between the Sun Prairie East Cardinals and the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Let's get a Waunakee Remodeling window into this game. Dennis, it's brought to you by Waunakee Remodeling. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals, the defending champions of the Big 8 Conference, they fall to, the Muskego Warriors in the quarterfinals of the state baseball playoffs last year.
Didn't take you long.
You know me.
Hometown boy.
Now I live here in Sun Prairie, and now I'm excited to see both these two teams battling it out every year because Sun Prairie's been such a rich baseball community for so long, and the Cardinals have been one of the premier programs in the state of Wisconsin. They have their eyes set again this season on a run at state.
Jack Marchese, it's his 4th year. He's been in the program almost 2 decades, was the longtime freshman coach, JV coach, and then coach under Rob Hamilton, the Hall of Fame coach. He credits Hamilton for setting the standard, the culture here. And for them, it's doing things the right way. It's only one way to play baseball the right way. They love to steal bases. They love to execute the bunts. When you watch a Middleton Sun Prairie East game, oh my God, it's like a clinic because both schools are pretty much mirror each other. So they can play small ball well, and they've always had a lot of pitching. Brady Stelzer, who was an outstanding pitcher 2 years ago, had a torn labrum, didn't even throw last year. He's not even in the rotation at this point. If he gets healthy, here's talk about riches. On the other hand, for West, if you look at the two schools, basketball East is kind of dominated. Football East is dominated. Baseball's a little different. You get good pitching, you get a couple of bats, you can be competitive. And under Coach Olson, he's done a great job here. And what's interesting, too, is Aaron Olson, the West coach, actually is on the football staff over at East. And he and Jack are close friends. As a matter of fact, they were at Sacred Hearted Church. Aaron turns around, somebody taps on his shoulder. It's Jack. Didn't realize they go to the same church. So they're really good friends, but they both want to win the game, and they've got two really competitive teams.
Looking forward to it here this afternoon. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals 3-2 on the season. They did lose their last time out against Whitefish Bay, but a couple of impressive victories so this season against Madison East and Monona Grove as well. Sun Prairie West, a 2-3 record. They dropped their first 3 contests of the season, come in on a 2-game winning streak against La Follette and Oconomowoc their last times out. This game taking place here tonight, and then they'll switch across town and play at Sun Prairie East on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. First pitch for the second of the 2-game set. But we've got the 2 marquee pitchers on the mound here this evening. For the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, it's the hard-throwing left-hander Joey Tamboli. And Dennis, we saw this guy in the Cardinals strikeout cancer game a season ago here on ESPN Madison's YouTube channel. He is electric. Can't wait to see him dealing on the mound here this evening.
He is, and different generation before you, but Mark Fidrich, the Bird, Detroit, would get out and groom the mound and talk to it. He does the same. You might see him talking to himself out there. They had batting practice at 7:30 the other day. And when guys are going through it, he's out there, let's go, let's get that energy. And Coach Marchese goes, hey, it's just batting practice. No, it's not. We got to be ready. He's out there fired up with his teammates. He said, off the field, mild-mannered, Clark Kent, probably a name for him, like Superman, because that's what he turns into when he gets out there, as competitive as he can be. And I can't wait to see him throw.
We'll step aside for the national anthem, come back for the first pitch, Sun Prairie East and Sun Prairie West. High school baseball on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
High school baseball on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Alongside video producer Owen Dimple, audio producer Riley Yauk, back in the Everlight Solar studio at ESPN Madison, and my co-host, the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the Battle of Sun Prairie, the Sun Prairie East Cardinals on the road, visiting the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Dennis, before the break, we talked about the starting pitcher for Sun Prairie East, Joey Tamboli. We want to talk about hard throwers. How about this guy warming up on the mound right now for the Wolves here at home? Caden Cook, 86 miles an hour he can hit on the meter. Holy smokes. Can't wait to see him deal this afternoon.
Well, it's 6'3", 185 pounds. He's put together pretty well. Third year as the starting pitcher. He won't bat when he pitches, but he can hit pretty well. He hit 273 last year. He threw a 2-hitter against Sun Prairie East last year. The only run was scored on a suicide squeeze. So he had a 3-3 record with a 1.80 ERA last year, and let me see. Right now, he's pitched 4 innings, got a 5.25 ERA to start out the season with 4 Ks, 4 walks. And let's see if he can bring it on here in the first inning.
Sun Prairie East catcher Manny Abreu steps into the box. The first pitch of the game is a called strike, and we are underway on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Senior catcher Manny Abreu, a Madison College baseball commit. He'll be going on to play at the next level next season. Has his eyes set for the Cardinals here on a potential run back to the state tournament in Appleton.
Coach Marchese said he's got family in Venezuela, so he was pretty proud of them during the baseball congress, and had a little bet going out on a side bet, whatever, with Coach Marchese, who's Italian, of course. So he was going for Team Italy. And I said, well, the guys went to. He said, oh yeah, whole team was into that.
The World Baseball Classic was quite the sight to behold throughout the month of March. That was fun. Do they have an espresso machine in the Sun Prairie East dugout here this evening? That's the question we'll have to find out. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Abreu. Here's the pitch, swinging a bouncing ball to third base. Played on 1 hop and the throw over to first. Oh, it's a low throw, and it gets by the first baseman. Up in foul territory, Abreu into second base, rounds it. He's heading for third. Cutoff throw is high. Abreu slides in, and he is out at third base.
Whoa.
Abreu trying to stretch it to 3, and he's gunned down. How about that action to start Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania?
Well, that's tough. Third base, a freebie on the 2 base. But he's got pretty good team speed. He was trying it out, and it took 2 good throws to get him.
Will Johnson, the third baseman, threw it a little bit low. Will Jensen at third base took the throw. Maverick Johnson couldn't quite scoop it out of the dirt, but he went, found it, threw it to the pitcher as the cutoff, and then gunned down Abreu at third base. So it's an error, but then out at third, trying to extend it 2 extra bases. So 1 gone, nobody on, with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning.
3-1-5 if you're scoring at home.
1 ball and no strikes, and now a pitch inside on the number 2 hitter for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. It's the center fielder, Cam Glusick. described as the team's best hitter, batting .437 a season ago here for the Cardinals. The 2-0 fouled off his leg, and that one's going to sting.
Yeah, two-sport athlete, basketball player. Brother Max is over at UW Milwaukee. He's getting a lot of Cam's getting a lot of looks. No offers at this point or anything he wants to comment on, but he'll be playing baseball somewhere in college in a couple of years.
And they're going to give Glusick a second to try and walk this one off. That's a tough spot to foul one off right off the front of the shin. Rolled back to the pitcher on this turf infield here at Sun Prairie West High School. You may notice that as you're watching with us here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. A lot of diamonds around the state are designed this way now, especially the more modern ones. This one created just a couple of years ago with the new high school being built, but the infield is all turf. It gives the illusion of dirt up here, but it is all turf. And then once you get to the outfield, that's where the grass naturally begins and extends all the way to the actual dirt on the warning track. So back in the box, swing and a miss for Glusick, and the count is 2-2 on the number 2 hitter for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals.
He's got great speed, runs a 6.6 60, gets on base. We're going to see him try to steal a couple today.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch in the dirt, and the count is full. Caden Cook, when you can throw heat the way he can, you got to pick and choose your spots when you want to try and blow it by some of these outstanding hitters for Sun Prairie East, and that includes Glusick standing in here in the number 2 hole. Full count. Cook fires, and it's grounded up to the third base line. Fair down the line into left field. Glusick rounds first. He's going to be into second with a stand-up double. And a one-out, bases-loaded double, the first hit of the day for Sun Prairie East. Glusick, a runner in scoring position with 1 gone here in the top of the first.
Oh, you saw that speed there. It was just inside the line. Great pitch. You look at Cook, he threw 3 complete games last year, under 85 pitches in all 3 games. So one of Sun Prairie East's main goals is to try to extend him. Going to be taking some pitches early here, trying to get that pitch count up early on him.
Batting third for Sun Prairie East and stepping in here with a runner at second and 1 out is the shortstop, number 10, Van Vogler, talented 3-sport athlete and UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week. With 1 out and a runner at second, this bender is in there for a strike. Mixing it up a little bit here on Vogler is Caden Cook on the mound with 1 gone and a runner at second. Vogler, an all-conference football and basketball player, and here he is batting third in the baseball lineup.
Remember him from football season?
Of course, how could I forget?
Verona, that big touchdown pass to clinch the win. Chance to be a 3 all-conference sport athlete his senior year.
You don't see that too often anymore. Vogler lines it into left field. It's a base hit. Rounding third is Glusick. He's going to come all the way in and score. Into second is Vogler with a double. And Sun Prairie East strikes first. 1-0 Cardinals in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, picking over there at third base. So all 3 balls. First was an error, then a couple of line drive shots. If you're the West third baseman over there, he's not having too much luck today.
Back-to-back doubles off of Sun Prairie West ace starting pitcher Caden Cook. And the Cardinals, who won this game 1-0 last year against Cook, have already put one on here in the top of the first and looking for more. Cleanup hitter Grayson Utek, the first baseman, steps in with 1 gone and a runner at second. Here's the pitch outside, and it gets by the catcher. Easily over to third base goes Vogler. And now an excellent opportunity for Sun Prairie East to try and score more here in the top of the first. Ball 1, and it goes off the catcher's mitt all the way to the backstop. And here we go, our first Madison College mound visit of the afternoon. Sees head coach Aaron Buss heading out to the mound to talk things over with his infield. Madison College mound visit here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Madison College been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. Tough start here for Sun Prairie West defensively. An error and then back-to-back doubles, and Sun Prairie East has a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Coach Buss has seen his share of these. Multiple sport athlete at Watertown, played football and baseball at Whitewater. Matter of fact, interesting.
At UW Whitewater, he played both.
Yep. What was interesting was he was a 91 grad. Wisconsin was recruiting him for baseball when they pulled the plug on baseball.
Wow.
And if it was Coach Brezowitz down in at Whitewater, talked him into come down there for football, and he can play baseball too. So he was an outstanding wide receiver down there as well as an outfielder.
1 ball, that's all here on Grayson Utek as he steps back into the box with a runner at third and 1 gone in the top of the first. Utek, left-handed batting first baseman, fouls one down the left field line. 1-1 the count.
They keep hitting the ball on the left side of the infield. That one was foul, but Jensen over there has got to be thinking they're picking on him.
Utek's a sophomore this year, saw some significant playing time as a freshman last year, helped contribute to the run to the state tournament for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. Takes the ball in the dirt here, blocked well behind the plate by Lou Swingen, the Sun Prairie West catcher. 2-1 the count. With 1 out in the top of the first and a runner on third, Sun Prairie East already has 1 in to start this game. Let's see if Cook can work his way out of a jam here in the top of the first. The 2-1 pitch. Just off the corner, maybe a little bit low, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, Utah came in batting .357 with a double. Pretty good hitter, but he's got 82 miles on his fastball, which is not bad for a 15-year-old.
It's not bad for anybody, especially a 15-year-old.
Another foul ball.
3-1 foul down the left field line and out of play, and the count goes full again. So not only is Sun Prairie East putting a run on the board and looking for more here, but they're also making Cook work, running that pitch count up here in the first inning. The Brewersification of
17 pitches so far in the first inning.
You're actually counting? Nicely done. I should have done that.
How about the Brewers 2-1 today, huh?
Nice win. Yeah, crew needed it a couple of days in a row. Popped into left center field, playable and caught out in left. Tagging at third is Vogler. He will scamper across the plate, sliding in for the second run of the afternoon for Sun Prairie East here in the top of the first inning. Cardinals up 2-0 with 2 outs now and nobody on. Sacrifice fly for the cleanup hitter, Grayson Utek, in an RBI.
Yeah, Volger could have pretty much jogged in on that one. He's got great speed, deep fly ball.
Joey Tamboli is the pitcher for Sun Prairie East, and he'll hit here in the number 5 hole. Designated player today for Sun Prairie East is Jack Parker, the second baseman. First pitch is a ball on Tamboli. Joey Tamboli, we saw him pitch last year in the Cardinals strikeout cancer game. We'll talk more about what he does on the mound, but he's a pretty good hitter too, Dennis.
He can bring it. One of the things that's interesting about him is second team all conference. He's a hockey player. When I was with the Badgers back in the 80s, it was a lot of hockey baseball players. You love that competitiveness. So if you come into second base, you better be ready for spikes up and ready to roll.
I was going to say they're very different sports in a lot of ways, but I guess you get to swing a stick and then you get a little contact at certain points on the field, and we'll see how Tamboli translates those skills here this afternoon. Grounded to third. This time the play is made at first base, and the side is retired, but not before 2 runs come across for Sun Prairie East in the top half of the first inning. We'll see the Wolves come up to bat here on their home turf. Coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
we're on the Badgers.
The bottom line on it is you're going into a monster season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And now there's more change, more things that aren't stable than there ever has been before.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Top half of the first for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, but now the Sun Prairie West Wolves get their first chance at the plate here on their home turf on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Jesse Nelson, along with the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Zimbrick Honda been around and a part of the Madison community since 1973. They're your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, an SUV, or a truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Stop in today at their location on Fish Hatchery Road or browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. That's ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local, shop Zimbrick Honda. Tamboli ends the inning with a ground out to third base, and then, Dennis, he gets to go out to the mound, the starting pitcher for the afternoon for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, the hard-throwing left-hander.
Yeah, let's see what he's got. He already the throw bounced into center field. He's kind of bouncing around out there, talking to his catcher. And okay, make sure you we got a base runner out there. You put it right on the bag, buddy. Yeah,
It'll be.
What would it be like to be his catcher?
Yeah.
Remember Fidrich when he broke in the baseball, talking to the baseball and all this. It was kind of colorful. It was like in the movie Major League, 5 wild pitches or whatever. And he goes, I thought you had to do something good. Not if you don't do it colorfully. And this is a colorful character out there, as Coach said. Jack Marchese loves this guy.
Standing in, the leadoff hitter for Sun Prairie West is Cal Magley, the shortstop, and he swings at the first pitch. A nice, easy comebacker to Tamboli, who fires over to first in time. 1 pitch and 1 gone as number 1 is retired in the leadoff spot, the shortstop Cal Magley. 1 gone in the first for Sun Prairie West. The Wolves 2-3 on the season. They've won back-to-back games coming into this one here this afternoon. 0-3 to begin the year. Wolves looking for a big win here on their home field in the first of 2 this week against their crosstown rival Sun Prairie East. Grant Pedersen, the center fielder, number 7 in the home white uniform, stands in, takes a ball high from Tamboli.
Another hockey player. Called him up last year, last 8 games as a freshman, batted .500. Ended up all conference in hockey. Started actually the season leading off, but a little bit less pressure here. Magley plays a lot of travel ball, so I thought he'd be able to handle hit and lead off, and they flipped Pedersen down, and he's been playing pretty well so far there.
2 balls on Pedersen. Tamboli delivers. This one's in there for a strike, 2-1. The Big 8 Conference, an outstanding baseball conference with Sun Prairie East, Middleton, Sun Prairie West, Verona, all these schools, so good. A bunt attempt fouled back off the net, and the count now 2-2 on Pedersen.
Not quite sure if he was trying to fake the bunt and it caught him by surprise, the way he kind of reacted there. But not a bad idea with the lefty if you can put it down that third base line. Tough to field.
Tamboli sets and fires the 2-2, swung on and missed, and down goes Pedersen. And the first strikeout of this game belongs to the lefty Joey Tamboli.
The whiff, yes. So he's got a strikeout and a 1-3. I want to.
Doesn't even need the rest of the defense. Just to give me a catcher and a first baseman, and we're good.
If he gets this guy, he's going to, when he walks into the dugout, they're going to, okay, come on, let us play too.
Well, it's 6'5", 190-pound third baseman Will Jensen standing in. He's a versatile player for Sun Prairie West. He's a pitcher, can also play first base, solid hitter, serves as a designated hitter a decent amount of the time. This one popped up on the left side. Playable, called for at third, and caught by Hudson Turek, and it's a 1-2-3 first inning for Joey Tamboli on the mound for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. 3 up, 3 down, and we head to the second. Sun Prairie East 2, Sun Prairie West nothing on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Brewers baseball is back.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101. It's a Miz show at Fenway tonight. My goodness.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Top of the second inning on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. 2 runs in the top of the first inning for Sun Prairie East, and they hold a 2-0 advantage over crosstown rival Sun Prairie West. Looking to join an international quality golf club right here in Madison? Discover TPC Wisconsin, an instant classic in the heart of the Midwest and not too far from here at Sun Prairie West High School. Schedule a tour at tpcwisconsin.com and start your journey to a lifetime of priceless golf. Home of the AmFam Championship, the ESPN Madison Open, and a number of special events year-round. TPC Wisconsin. And boy, oh boy, if you're looking for a day to golf, today's the kind of day that you dream of. 69 degrees and sunny, a slight breeze to keep you cool. Fans out here in T-shirts and shorts enjoying a beautiful summer-like evening, but not too warm, not too humid, coming off of all that crazy weather over the last few days. Dennis, this is a gorgeous evening for baseball.
Yeah, blink and it could be back down to 40, so we got to treasure these days in April.
Jack Marchese Jr. stands in against Caden Cook here to start the second inning, takes a ball, 1-0 on the coach's son. Marchese, the designated hitter here this afternoon. The 1-0 is in there for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, starting out hot this year. He has got 3 runs batted in now, 4 for 10, batting 400. Having a good time out there. And as Jack Sr. said, it's tough playing for your dad.
1-1 swung on and missed. My dad was never the manager or the coach of any of our teams, but he did serve as the first base coach for one season when I played Little League. And I got after him a little bit because he would encourage the kids to run it like he was talking to the dog. He'd say, "Come on, buddy, come on, let's go." And I was like, "Dad, don't call everybody buddy." This one outside 2-2. So I don't know if he appreciated that feedback or not when I was in middle school, but he did not return as the first base coach the following season.
I coached both my kids in a number of sports, and John Boyle, the old basketball coach at Middleton, there you got strike 3.
Strike 3, looking. Down goes Marchese in a backwards K. First of the afternoon for Caden Cook. Settling in nicely here in the second inning after giving up a couple in the top of the first. 1 gone.
Yeah, Coach Boyle said, I said, how do you deal with that? And he goes, remember, you're always going to be their dad. You're not always going to be their coach. So don't do anything as a coach that's stupid that'll affect the other relationship. And I thought it was pretty sound.
Sophomore right fielder Casey Kelly stands in with 1 gone here in the top of the second, takes a ball from Caden Cook.
That's what we just had the state broadcast of all the games for the state tournament. There were 3 father-son combinations there, and it's so cool to watch. And, when you get a gold ball for that, it's the same thing with baseball. With Coach Hamilton coaching his sons, playing during Sun Prairie's dynasty days. Now Jack getting older son, he got to coach in JV, but never on varsity. He was the JV coach, and Michael got called up to varsity his sophomore year.
Inside and 3-0 on Kelly. As a sports reporter, Dennis, is it more fun being a coach or writing an article about one of your kids? You ever get the chance to do that?
Actually, my daughter's junior year, she was playing softball for Middleton.
Oh, this one comes in and hits Kelly. Takes one off the shoulder. Looks like he's okay as he trots quickly down the first base line. Hit by a pitch on a 3-0. And there's a runner on with 1 gone here in the top of the second.
I got a call from the Middleton Times where Reichel asking me if I could cover their softball game. I said, my daughter's playing. He goes, you can handle it. It was like a 45, 50-minute game. She had a couple of hits in it, but I talked to a couple of the kids, and she thought it was pretty cool that Dad had a byline of one of her games. So, again, when I wrote, I tried to treat the kids that I covered like they were my own kids. You got to be sensitive. High school sports is totally different than college and pros. You know, the kids are they're gonna say some stupid stuff because that's what you do as teenagers, and you don't want to embarrass them or make a point that way. So you understand that now. And if you ever are a dad, advice there.
Appreciate the advice, Dennis.
But it's fun. It's fun.
Someday we'll get there.
When you know, my son was played a couple years of sports, but he was in a musical and show choir, and it was exciting watching him perform on stage as it was watching my daughter, who made it to state her senior year in softball. So those are great memories for me as a dad.
You see Cook keeping a close eye on Kelly over at first base. He's an excellent base runner. And now a throw over. Kelly gets back cleanly. He likes to run. And Cook definitely has that in the scouting report with Kelly at first base.
Yeah, playing right field today. He was in the mix to play at second base, can play there, but he's also the emergency catcher.
Throw over there again to keep an eye on Kelly.
Yeah, when I was coaching youth baseball, that's one of the first things. How many kids can catch or can get behind there without fear or without embarrassing themselves or the team? Yeah, you don't want to put somebody back there if they can't handle it. And Coach Marchese said he can handle it.
Left fielder Jack Ireland waiting patiently at the plate, fouls this one straight back. Run the count to 1-1. With one gone and a runner at first here in the top of the second. 2-0 lead for Sun Prairie East on the road over Sun Prairie West.
Yeah, we were talking about hockey players. This guy's a football player and a wrestler. That's a nice combo.
You see, we see a lot of multi-sport athletes in basketball and football when we've covered those over the years, but baseball in particular, you see a lot of players on these teams that very rarely do you see one that's just a baseball player. Everybody seems to play multiple sports.
That now with the organizations like GRB and being able to play year-round, that's starting to change a little bit in Wisconsin. When we were talking with Kelmer and Monona Grove, a lot of Monona Grove players had started maybe playing another sport. But if they've got aspirations in college, then they switch over.
The 1-1, and here goes Kelly down to second, throw down,
nice.
And it's not fielded. It might have been late anyway. Kelly in there with a stolen base. Pitch was called a ball, so it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Nice jump there.
And a runner on second, Kelly with the stolen base.
And unlike professional baseball, there is only 2 times to first. They can throw over as many times as they want at this level.
Also, no ABS review, and that last pitch was pretty close. Called a ball here by our home plate umpire. This one is strike. Oh, they actually had called a strike on that previous pitch. My apologies. So that's strike 3. And down goes Ireland looking, 2 gone here in the top half of the second inning. So it was called a strike, 1-2 the count. And down goes Ireland, taking a fastball on the outside corner. Second strikeout of the day and of the inning for Caden Cook.
Well, 2 doubles in the first inning he gave up. Now he's got 2 Ks in the second inning.
Third baseman Hudson Turek now stands in with 2 gone and a runner at second here in the top half of the second inning. Turek checks his swing. And it's called a ball, so 1-0. He did not go.
Yeah, it's Sun Prairie East. I think they're happy they got those 2 runs because most aces, if you don't get them early, you don't get them. Once you start, they figure things out. And it looks like Cook's figured things out a little bit here in the second.
Squaring to bunt, Turek now pulls it back, comes in near his face, able to duck out of the way, and it's 2-0. Probably not going to bunt here with 2 outs and a runner at second. Runner can go on contact, so anything into the outfield, you would imagine that Kelly would be able to score, especially with his speed.
Well, our season high is 5 hit by pitches. The first game of the year we had 5, Monona Grove and Kettle Moraine.
That'll be tough to beat, would be my guess.
On a cold day.
This one in there for a strike. That was much needed for Cook. Want to try and get Turek here. He's the number 9 hitter before he turned it back to Abreu in the top of the order.
Oh, yes, you don't want to give Abreu a shot.
Especially with a couple of ducks on the pond and a chance to extend a lead that it's already going to be tough to overcome with Tamboli on the mound. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 gone in the top of the second. Cook sets, fires, delivers, ground ball, and it's going to be fielded at shortstop. Held on to out there, though, by Cal Magley. That's a nice play to just get to the ball, and it prevents the speedy Casey Kelly from being able to round third and head toward home. Had to put the brakes on late. He stays at third. It's a single for Turek, a long infield single. And that will flip the order back to the top, and Manny Abreu with 2 gone and runners at the corners in the top of the second.
That's a great play, heads-up play, and almost got Kelly leaning. If he goes down there, he's going to get picked off trying to get back to third. But some smart base running and a great defensive play. If you can get it out here, he saved a run.
Abreu started this game in wild fashion with a ground ball to third. It was an error thrown past first base. This one chopped over to shortstop. Backhand Magley can't make the play. Has to fire a long one over to first, and it's too late. A run comes in. Abreu, for the second time in the game, reaches on an infield hit, and it's 3-0 Sun Prairie East here in the top of the second. This time it doesn't get wild after the play at first base for Abreu. He will be able to, well, he's actually going to come out because he's the catcher. They'll pinch run for him here. But he's able to get securely to first base without being gunned down on the base paths and gives Sun Prairie East an extra run here in the second. 3-0. Second play in a row for Magley, where he made a nice play getting to the ball, Dennis, but just couldn't
come up with it. Yeah.
There's a little fumble on the exchange trying to gun down Abreu. He wasn't the fastest runner getting over to first base, but it would have been a tough one. Turek does stand at second. So runners at first and second with 2 gone here for the number 2 hitter, Cam Glusick. Double and a run scored back in the first. 3-0 Sun Prairie East on the road. Getting to Caden Cook here in these first couple of innings. This one lined up the middle, a base hit into center field. Rounding third, coming to the plate. Might have a play. Nope, no, they won't. Another run is in for Sun Prairie East, and it's 4-0 in the second inning on the RBI single by Cam Glusick.
2 for 2. Glusick he ripped the double down the line the first time up, and this one right up the middle.
Turek came rumbling around third base. There he was going to try and get home no matter what on that liner into center field, and he's able to get in with a slide feet first to make it 4-0. And now the number 3 hitter is Van Vogler. Had a double and an RBI plus a run scored back in the second inning. Seeing if he can go back-to-back here with Glusick for some more offensive productivity for the Cardinals. Bender in there for a strike. Replacement runner for Abreu out at second base, while Glusick stands at first. A lot of this coming with 2 outs for Sun Prairie East here in the second inning, just when he thought Cook was settling in. Unable to retire Turek in the number 9 spot, and then top of the order gets it done. This one misses, 1-1.
Yeah, running that pitch down. Total up to 40 now for Cook.
A lot of labor out on the mound here in the first couple of innings for Sun Prairie West ace Caden Cook. Sets with the 1-1 to Vogler. Just misses. Van Vogler going to be playing baseball at Minnesota State Mankato next year, senior shortstop.
One of the best D2 programs in the country, according to Coach Marchese.
Batting in the number 3 spot here this afternoon for Sun Prairie East. This one fouled up the left field line near the dugout for the home team, the Wolves. Labeled the Wolf Den on the side of their dugout here. It's fun dugout art that Sun Prairie West showcases here. We'll get that on our video stream here in a minute for everybody to see. Don't want to miss the action here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the top of the second. A pair of runs in each of the first 2 innings for Sun Prairie East, looking for more. Vogler stands in. Cook sets and delivers. Misses this one, and the count runs full. Runners can take off now. Really good crowd on hand here for the Battle of Sun Prairie on a beautiful Thursday evening at Sun Prairie West High School. A lot of red, a lot of blue. The whole community out to see this one here at Sun Prairie West High School. Full count, runners will take off on the pitch from Caden Cook. Here it comes, inside for ball 4, and the bases are loaded. And Cook continues to run up that pitch count here on the mound in the second inning.
First walk, he opened with one out, got a hit by pitch. So putting some freebies on here, and this is where Sun Prairie East definitely wants to take advantage. By the way, the courtesy runner there for the catcher, Hebrew, is number 14. It's Braden Johnson, also a pitcher. Fastest player on the team, can play outfield, and a football player. So you figure, so he got some good speed. And got him over to third now. He can possibly score on a pass ball, wild pitch.
First baseman Grayson Utek stands in and takes ball 1 with the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Utek delivered an RBI with a sac fly back in the first inning, the second run of the day for Sun Prairie East. And now time is called by the umpire in the field. Comes up to talk to pitcher Caden Cook.
And talking about trying to keep him from having a balk out there. I think the way he's addressing the mound.
And so with it being a turf infield, I think sometimes that can be one of the things they look at, making sure you're coming set where that pitcher's plate is. Not as easy as when you have an all dirt field. You can kind of very clearly see where the pitcher's foot is kind of settling in.
I like to see the umpire too, educating the player, a pitcher out there working with him.
Cook misses with this one, and it's 2-0 now on Utek.
You've done some umpiring.
I sure have.
You thinking about doing it again this summer? I hear the ads for the Madison School Rec Department.
Yeah, MSCR. You always want to get in, and every community is looking for officials. Of course, you have all the ones at the WIAA level on down. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2-1. Yeah, I always have a soft spot in my heart, Dennis, not just for the WIAA officials, but for the local officials, the little leagues and the softball leagues and all the travel teams that play in tournaments all weekend long. A lot of the umpires that do the WIAA games are also part of some of those associations. Here's a swing and a bouncer over to first. It's going to be a tough play. Getting over to cover is Cook, and he's able to make the play and work his way out of a bases-loaded jam. But not before Sun Prairie East adds 2 more in the top of the second inning. 4-0, the Sun Prairie East Cardinals lead the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Let's see if the Wolves can come up with some magic here in the Wolf Den in the bottom of the second when we come back on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Getting you back to doing what you love is the #1 priority of Stoughton Health Rehab and Sports Medicine Clinics in both Oregon and Stoughton. With physical, occupational, and speech therapy, we can provide care with no referral needed. Plus, we now accept over 160 area insurance plans, including Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, Dean Health Plan, Humana, Quartz, and more. For more information, visit stoughtonhealth.com. Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Jesse Nelson along with the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. Heading to the bottom half of the second inning, 4-0 Sun Prairie East leads Sun Prairie West here this afternoon in the Battle of Sun Prairie. With Celebrations Entertainment, planning events has never been easier. They have complete event services for weddings, corporate events, nonprofit events, outdoor movies, casino nights, and much more fun. Visit celebrationsentertainment.com to get started today. Celebrations Entertainment, fun, memorable events. Joey Tamboli on the mound for Sun Prairie East delivered a 1-2-3 top half of the first inning. But Dennis, with how much Sun Prairie East was at the plate in the second, it's been, over more than 20 minutes of actual time since Tamboli was last out on the mound. we'll see how he responds to some of that time off in the dugout here for the Cardinals as we begin the bottom half of the second inning.
Here's the guy that throws in the offseason, stretched out. It's a lot of times it's more mental sitting in the dugout, taking advantage. But you like, as a pitcher, all he's got to do now is just throw strikes. Put the ball in play. It changes things. Doesn't have to get as much strategy up there. Just rear back and throw, which is what he's doing right now.
Sophomore designated hitter Clark Denke, the cleanup hitter for Sun Prairie West, leads us off here in the second inning. 1 ball and 1 strike. Tamboli delivers. Denke checks his swing. Did not go, and the pitch is a ball. 2-1.
Yeah, he's one of the 6 sophomores on the team. Coach Buzz talked about how young this team is, and he said this guy's going to be a stud by the time he's a senior.
Big cut and a miss for Denke. 6 foot, 200-pound sophomore Denke, the designated hitter. That's a big fella and a strong fella batting in the cleanup hole for Sun Prairie West.
Yeah, it's possible he could throw today. Looks like, depending on how much longer Cook can go, either Gruber or Denke will be the next pitcher coming in.
Full count on Denke. Tamboli delivers, and it's fouled off. And this is the first opportunity of the day, Dennis, for me to share my favorite stat that I don't know is true. My dad said a long time ago when he was an usher at American Family Field for the Brewers, 80% of the time, the first pitch of a full count is a foul ball because the batter's trying to stay alive and check and just wants to see the pitch come in and fouls it back. And I've never found any information that actually verifies that stat, but just simple word of mouth every time I watch a baseball game, every time we're at one of these high school games or watching the Brewers or any major league game, college game, it seems right. I've just never actually verified it. Ball 4 after a couple of fouls. That's a great at-bat for Denke to work the count on Tamboli and ends up drawing a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, I had the Mount Horeb and Sauk Prairie last week, and Marty Hanna for Sauk and Hayden Anderson for Mount Horeb had a 10-pitch at-bat. And Hayden, I think, fouled off 5 pitches before he finally got caught on a fastball. And, Jack is coming out here to... again, no.
They're checking on something here.
Something with the rubber because he's doing the same thing that he did with Caden Cook in the top of the inning.
Okay, so now what's going on here? We got a couple of managers coming out from both dugouts. What the heck is going on out here? So both umpires have now congregated with both head coaches. They're talking about the mound.
Right, and I think whether the pitcher's coming to a stop in this.
I don't know if it's about coming to a stop. I think it's something to do with the footing near where that mound is placed. And again, it's a turf mound that they're delivering off of here, so there shouldn't be any issues you would think with dirt or anything of that nature that you would normally see on like a Little League field that doesn't have as high maintenance. So whatever was discussed.
We need the mic manager.
Yeah. We need a sideline reporter down there.
Pat Murphy would be colorfully telling us what's going on right now.
So Zane Piankowski steps in, and a line drive out to shortstop, fielded over there by Vogler. Long throw across the diamond, will not get Piankowski, and 2 runners on with nobody out here in the bottom half of the second for Sun Prairie West, trying to work their way back into this game down 4-0. First pitch swinging. Piankowski lines one into the gap just far enough where Vogler couldn't make the play, throwing it all the way across the diamond to first base.
This is your favorite guy, of course, right?
Piankowski, a bowler for the Sun Prairie program. Yeah, we will talk plenty more about
multiple
next time he comes
300
up.
300 games, I hear.
Yeah, I'm jealous. And I also owe him an apology for how I've pronounced his name over the years. I'll tell you more about that next time through the lineup. Here's Ben Mushinski, the right fielder. 2 on, nobody out for Sun Prairie West. Mushinski cut and missed. A defensive swing by Mushinski here at the plate on the first pitch he sees. Lefty on lefty here, Tamboli facing Mushinski. Mushinski started all 28 games a year ago as a freshman, the first player for Coach Aaron Buss to start all 3 games, or every game as a freshman, I should say, in the 3 seasons he's been the head coach here at Sun Prairie West. Showing bunt, first baseman Grayson Utek came all the way up. He was in dangerous territory there, getting close. It is a strike, so the count 0-2.
He appealed it to the base ump, and he said, yep, he went around.
So we'll see if he decides to square again here, Mushinski, and try to move those runners over, or if he wants to take his chances cutting away. 0-2, lefty on lefty, Tamboli and Mushinski. Bottom of the second, Tamboli delivers, swing and a miss. And down goes Ben Mushinski for the first out here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Nice breaking pitch in the dirt, and unfortunately, Mushinski offered.
So an unproductive at-bat for Sun Prairie West. Runners remain at first and second with one gone. Second baseman Sullivan Arnold steps up to the plate wearing number 17 in the home white uniforms for Sun Prairie West. A couple of runners on base. If the bottom of the order can help flip things around and get the Wolves back into this one, down 4-0 at home. First pitch, a ball to Arnold from Tamboli. And what did Tamboli have first inning then? 17 pitches, I think you said?
Tamboli threw 8 in the first inning.
8 pitches? That's it? Swinging a fly ball into center field. This one's drifting back near the warning track. It's fielded all the way out there in center field cleanly by Glusick. 2 gone. Runner does advance from second to third in Denke. Runners at the corners, and a long fly ball out for Sullivan Arnold. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second for Maverick Johnson, the first baseman. That's the best hit ball so far today. Just a bad spot for Sun Prairie West for it to go straight at the center fielder.
I'm waiting for your home run call.
Well, this field is arranged with the wind blowing out today that we've got an opportunity for one today. We will see if it comes to fruition. Last year, the only other baseball game that I've done here at ESPN Madison was the one that I don't want to say was a tornado-type day because obviously this week we've seen actual tornadoes touching down around the area.
But Tausch was late because
we didn't think the game was going to happen, right?
But he was late because there was hailstorm back here.
So the game was in Middleton last year. Tausch and I were on the call. It was the Cardinals strikeout cancer game. Sun Prairie East at Middleton. It was on a Thursday evening, just like this. Swinging a foul ball 1-1 here on Maverick Johnson, the first baseman, with 2 gone and runners at the corners. Yeah, and so, bad weather all day. Storms and massive wind and hail, and, these alerts are still going on all around the area. There's no way we're playing this game tonight, right? Never heard the cancellation. And so, finally, we get to the afternoon. The start time was pushed back about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, but they still played. Tausch did not think we were playing that baseball game, so he had to drive across town, and he had to wait it out from home because it was hailing over here on the east side in Sun Prairie. Game was in Middleton. Over there, it was clear skies and beautiful. Throw over to first, and the runner at third thought about taking a look down the line, Denke, but he ends up retreating back. So 2-1 the count here with 2 outs, and the number 8 hitter, Maverick Johnson.
We just saw Tamboli's move to first. I hated going up against the lefties. They cheat going to first. We always said all lefties cheat.
Big cut for Johnson on the swing and a miss here. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Sun Prairie West does not want to squander this scoring opportunity against Sun Prairie East ace Joey Tamboli. They had runners on first and second with nobody out in this inning. Throw over to first. Denke took a longer lead up the third base line, but still retreats back cleanly.
Not going anywhere. He has yet to attempt a stolen base this year. Actually, the team leader is Magley, 8 of 8 for the Wolves.
2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs on Maverick Johnson. Tamboli delivers. Johnson lines one into right center. It's down for a base hit. 1 run will score. Runner goes around second base into third standing up. It's an RBI single for Maverick Johnson, and Sun Prairie West is on the board in the Battle of Sun Prairie. 4-1 in the bottom of the second.
And Piankowski scampers over to third on that beautiful hit, just right in the gap.
2 strikes. That's a great approach for Maverick Johnson. Just make contact. He swung a little bit late on the delivery for Tamboli, but able to hit it the opposite way, get it down for a base hit. And because he hit it to right field, the runner's able to get over to third base, and he got a chance to score again here on one that might end up in a gap. 4-1 the score. Number 9 hitter is Lou Swingin, the catcher. No better name for a baseball player in today's game than Lou Swingin. We'll see how well he's swinging here in the bottom of the second.
Batting .571, 4 for 7 so far this year, leading the team. So here's a guy you want up at the plate.
See if Johnson wants to try and run it first to get into scoring position. Swung on and missed by Swingin.
Yeah, Johnson's 1 for 1 in stolen base attempts. Be interesting to see if they want to try to get him over, and then base hit could score 2.
As you get to some of the upper levels of baseball, the players become more stereotypical, I would say, when you have thicker catchers who don't run the bases as well, or speedy center fielders. But Swingin is a very fast catcher. So interesting, if he can just put one in the gap near either the second baseman or the shortstop, he may have a chance to run it out and score a run here in the bottom of the inning for Sun Prairie West. 0-2. Tamboli delivers. Swing and a miss. And down goes Swinging, and down goes Sun Prairie West in the bottom of the second. Wolves get on the board but leave 2 runners on base. At the end of 2, Sun Prairie East 4, Sun Prairie West 1. We head to the third next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Running a business doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
We're on the Badgers.
Well, I'm not disappointed that he left. That's his choice. If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
You know, using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch. It's no big deal.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Top of the third inning, Sun Prairie East on the road with a 4-1 lead over Sun Prairie West. High school baseball. Great to see it here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Alongside the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau, my name is Jesse Nelson. PrepMania brought to you by Stoughton Health, where they've been providing trusted care close to home, and they're proud to support student-athletes from around the area, from rehab to ortho care. Stoughton Health provides comfort and convenience locally. Visit stoughtonhealth.com to learn more today. The hard-throwing right-hander and the ace of the Sun Prairie West pitching staff, Caden Cook, back out for a third inning of work. Sun Prairie East able to tack on a pair of runs in each of the first 2 innings. If you're just joining us, a lot of the damage coming from the top of the order, specifically the number 2 and number 3 hitters, Cam Glusick and Van Vogler, helping spark the offense for the Cardinals here this afternoon.
Well, you like it when your top 3 hitters actually got on base 6 times, because Manny led off with an error and got a hit. Glusick's got 2 hits. Vogler's got a hit and a walk. And then even Utek, he's 0 for 1, but he had a sac fly. So you like it when the top of that order is producing.
8 batters came to the plate for Sun Prairie East in the second inning. Leading it off here in the third is Joey Tamboli, the starting pitcher for the Cardinals. Also batting in the number 5 hole today in Sun Prairie East's lineup. And he takes ball 1 outside to begin the top half of the third. Dennis, when we look around the Big 8 conference this year, high school baseball, as Tamboli lines one back up the middle for a leadoff base hit in the top of the third. Sun Prairie East is always right there at the top of the list as a state championship contender. But there are a number of other teams that are in the mix, and it's one of the better conferences around the state when it comes to high school baseball. What do we know about the Big 8 this year?
Oh, Madison Memorial lost to Sun Prairie East in the sectional final last year. They returned the Ligon brothers and Banyai, who's headed to UW Milwaukee next year to play ball, is on that basketball team as well with the brothers. Question is, Ezra Ligon was out with a wrist injury at the end of the basketball season. Not sure how soon he'll be back for baseball. And he and his brother are both going to
Bradley University.
There you go.
Go Braves, where our video producer Owen Dimful graduated. Oh, yeah, I did too. I forgot about that.
I got to throw at least one of those in when I can for you.
The Harvard of Peoria. Central Illinois. Although it's been a tough couple of weeks for our Bradley Braves.
We lost to Northern Iowa.
Well, we lost to Northern Iowa in the Missouri Valley semifinals in men's basketball. Our women's basketball coach got hired away after a best season they've had in a while. Showing bunt, Marchese pulls it back. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner on first. And then all of our players are transferring. You know, we got mid-major problems down there now. Everybody's transferring out, including a guy who went to our rival, Illinois State.
You know, I feel
what gives? He's right down the road. What are you going there for?
You know, I feel sorry for St. Thomas. Seems like whenever somebody's in the portal, he had a great year at St. Thomas. So they're doing a great job recruiting. They just can't keep him, that's all.
Again, Marchese shows bunt, pulls it back, ball outside, and they look the runner back at first base. 2 balls and a strike on Jack Marchese here in the top half of the 3rd inning. And again, Cook continues to work. You wonder how long he has left in this game. Our view of the Sun Prairie West bullpen is blocked by the dugout from our vantage point here in the press box, so unfortunately won't be able to tell if they have pitchers warming up ready to go here. But you got to imagine that pitch count's starting to get a bit high for starting pitcher Caden Cook. That one's in there for a strike as the bunt attempt pulled back by Marchese, and it's now 2-2. I had a coach when I was playing Little League that always said, if you're going to show bunt, just bunt it. Even if it's a pitch outside, what do you care? All you're doing is bunting anyway. Just get it down cleanly. And I think it's
a valuable weapon.
It was simple feedback, and I think it made me a good bunter as this pitch is outside for a ball, but not even a throw attempt down. Tamboli swipes second. Or is that Tamboli, or did they bring in a pinch runner? Tamboli, the pitch, that's a substitute runner? Yeah, okay, so that's a
substitute runner.
Substitute runner for Tamboli takes second base. So count runs full. Marchese at the plate. He's worked it full against Cook. Cook looks the runner at second, sets, fires, bouncer over to third. It's into the gap at shortstop. Magley fumbled it. Everybody's safe, including the runner over to third base, running in front of the ground ball. Magley might have got a little crossed up, thinking he might have had a play at third base to try to get the lead runner, and instead everybody's safe. First and third, nobody out, and Sun Prairie East threatening offensively again here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, that's Taylor Manuel, by the way, the courtesy runner in run for the pitcher.
We're going to call that a hit for Marchese, or is that an error on Magley at shortstop? They're going to call it an error. Okay, second error of the game on Sun Prairie West. The leadoff hitter, Abreu, was able to get on in the first before being thrown out at third base with an error, throwing him out at first. Now a bunt, and the runner is going to stay at third, Manuel, so the batter is out. That's Kelly trying to sacrifice himself to score a run, but he does not get the job done with it going right back to the pitcher, Cook. So runners now at second and third with 1 out here in the top half of the 3rd, and while the threat is still there for Sun Prairie East, it's a little more navigable now for Caden Cook with the number 8 hitter Jack Ireland stepping in with 1 out.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get the runner in, but he did get the runner from first over to second. So now base hit or hit to the right side could score 1. A base hit's going to score 2 most likely.
Jack Ireland struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Here, bouncer to second. Runner's going to come home and score.
Yep, it is.
Ireland's out at first, but Sun Prairie East tacks on another one. 4-3 put out, but a 5-1 lead for the Cardinals here in the top half of the 3rd.
So they got that run back they gave up. Courtesy of Tamboli, who let it off with a single. And that great fundamental baseball by Ireland. Just put the ball in play, got it to the right side, so runner easily came home.
Number 9 hitter is Hudson Turek. Had a single his last time up and scored a run. This one off the plate, a high bouncer over to Cook. Underhand throw to first in time. And that's the quickest inning worked so far today by Caden Cook. But 1 run still comes in for Sun Prairie East. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Cardinals 5, Wolves 1. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Any night is a great night for Pizza Hut, and they've got your next meal covered. Score a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside. Want a different vibe? Go with original pan, thin and crispy, or Chicago Tavern style. Big flavor, big savings, just $10. Whether it's game night, movie night, or just dinner tonight, this deal delivers. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Brewers baseball is back.
Bowers a drive to right. It's way back and gone.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We head to the bottom of the third inning in the Battle of Sun Prairie, where the Sun Prairie East Cardinals hold a 5-1 advantage over the Sun Prairie West Wolves. High school sports fans, News 3 Now keeps you covered all day with the weather you need to plan ahead, what's happening in the community, and local sports across Madison and southern Wisconsin. Stay informed with the latest local news on News 3 Now. How about a shout out to News 3 Now and all of the news anchors around the state, especially those meteorologists who are working hard into the late night hours over the last handful of days.
I was watching WIC Channel 3.
Yep, keeping everybody safe and informed.
2 hours. They were double teaming it. That's incredible.
This one misses. 1 ball and 1 strike on the leadoff hitter, Cal Magley. The number 1 spot grounded out to the pitcher to lead off this game. Yeah, the alarms went off here in Sun Prairie. Again, I live just up the road here from Sun Prairie West High School. And the alarms went off at like 12:30 in the morning, Monday night into Tuesday. So my wife and I get out of bed. We run out to the living room, or actually down to the basement after we realized what was going on. And we went down to the basement, turned on News 3 Now, and the area that they had highlighted on the radar was almost directly over our house. And they were like super zoomed in. It wasn't like, the big picture, oh, this is where we live. Like, it was right on top of us. And they're like, if you live here, get to a safe spot. I said, okay, thank you, News 3 Now. We're going to do that.
So did Mo wake you up?
No, Mo sleeps. Our dog Mo, a little Bernedoodle, he is the most adorable, cute little thing. Since he was a puppy, one of his favorite pastimes is going out and going to the bathroom in
monsoons,
bad weather.
Yeah.
He loves doing it in blizzards. He loves doing it in tornado warnings. This one hits Magley on the ankle, and so a hit by pitch as Magley worked the count to 2-2. And again, Sun Prairie West has a leadoff hitter on base on a mistake from Tamboli. See if they can capitalize and work their way back into the game. Yeah, he loves going out and just enjoying the backyard. I swear, we had him, it was in August of 2023 when we first got the dog. So he was like 8-9 weeks old. And we got home. It was one of the first times we had left him home alone. He was still staying in the kennel. And we got home from dinner. Ground ball. Oh, this is going to be a tough play for Vogler. Going to try to go the short way to second. Not in time. Everybody's safe. Vogler had to backhand it, set himself, and fire over to second, and he could not do so to get the speedy Cal Magley, the lead runner. So runners on first and second with nobody out here in the bottom of the third with the number 3 hitter, Will Jensen, stepping to the plate. Heart of the order with ducks on the pond coming up for Sun Prairie West. This could be a big part of this game.
Yeah, that's tough. On this turf, you expect the ball to get there a little bit faster, but slow roller, and Vogler did the best he could to get rid of it, but it was a good jump, too, by Magley. When you got the guy that's 8 for 8 in stolen bases on bases, figure he's going to get down there pretty quick.
First pitch is a ball to number 3 hitter Will Jensen, the third baseman, popped out to third, his first time up back in the third inning. Scoring opportunity for Sun Prairie West here in the third inning. This pitch is a ball, 2-0.
Sun Prairie West has 3 base hits, 2 of them to shortstop. But whatever it takes to get on the board.
They'll take whatever they can get here against Tamboli. And if you put some runners on, heart of the order up, this is an excellent opportunity for the Wolves to stay in this one. Down 5-1. They've trailed by 4 on a couple of occasions here today. Taking all the way, Jensen sees a strike.
Defense back at double play depth, hoping they can turn 2 here. Would be a nice way to help get their pitcher out of the jam.
Jensen, a .288 hitter a season ago for Sun Prairie West. He's a junior, one of the elder statesmen on this young Sun Prairie West team. This one's popped into foul territory. Tough play at first, almost made by Grayson Utek, but he's unable to collect it. It fell out of the glove as he fell down to the ground in foul territory. A lot of foul territory available here on both ends of the field, and Utek had a good play at that one, but could not get it. Backtracking down the right field line.
Magley, though, right on it, though, as he saw him going down there. He was ready to go, and if that ball would have been caught, he would have been on third base.
So all that for strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the number 3 hitter, Will Jensen.
Was it a good thing he didn't catch it to get a force play, or was it a bad thing he didn't catch it?
We're going to find out on this pitch. Tamboli looking the runner back at second. It's looking like he's watching a tennis match.
Head bobbing back.
Look back to second, look back to the plate. Look back to the second baseman, look back to the plate. And finally, Jensen steps out and says, enough of this. Everybody's going to reset. I love the game within the game in baseball. It's one of the things that makes this sport so great. Jensen, a liner, just foul up the third base line. You know, there are those who don't quite understand what's going on all the time in the game that's being played, the chess match between pitcher and hitter, or the catcher in his communication with the pitcher. That's what I love about this game. And situationally, everything can change on a dime. Swing and a miss. Down goes the hitter, Jensen. Stealing third, Magley in there without a play. Sun Prairie East will gladly swap the out at the plate for the runner taking third. And now here comes Sun Prairie East head coach Jack Marchese out for a Madison College mound visit with the cleanup hitter, Clark Denke, coming up. Madison College has been around for over 100 years right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is here for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu. You get the sense, Dennis, that this is a major opportunity for Sun Prairie West, and they have to capitalize with at least 1 here in this third inning with the heart of the order on, and starting the inning with 2 on, nobody out at the top of the order.
Yeah, they stranded a runner at third in the last inning. Don't want to do it 2 innings in a row against Tamboli. I mean, you got to scrap for whatever you can get. So if you can squeeze 1 in here. But again, the best offense today has been Sun Prairie East. They've been able to score in every inning so far.
Clark Denke, the designated hitter, is the cleanup hitter today for Sun Prairie West. He scored the lone wolf run back in the second inning after a leadoff walk. Runners at the corners. Throw over to first, and they picked him off at first. Tamboli with an excellent move to pick off the runner. Grant Pedersen had a little too much of a lead, and that is a massive play in this game. He's gunned down at first, and there's 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Without even delivering a pitch to the cleanup hitter Denke, Tamboli creates an entirely unique new situation now.
And I bet you when Jack Marchese went out there, they called that play. They saw something over there. Okay, your first move, go right to first. See if we can get him leaning, and they got him.
Now 0-1 on Denke, and he takes another strike on the outside corner on a bender from Joey Tamboli. That is a veteran pitcher on the mound delivering in the clutch to help put away any potential rally for the home team here this afternoon. The 0-2 to Denke, fouled down the right field line. We'll do it again.
It was another one of the tenets of Sun Prairie baseball under Coach Hamilton that Coach is taken here. Do not give up any free outs. You know, if you get a chance for an out, you got to get it. Sometimes you only get 3 chances. And if you make a mistake, that's when the crooked numbers come up in the innings.
0-2 with 2 outs on the cleanup hitter Denke. Runner on third. This one bounces in front of the plate for a ball. Sun Prairie West was licking their chops with Magley and Pedersen on base to start this inning, and then Jensen strikes out. Magley gets to third. The mound visit, and then the pickoff attempt getting Pedersen at first completely changes the complexion. Bouncer to short. Vogler fields and fires over to first in time, and the threat is put out in the bottom of the third. Tamboli works his way out of it. We head to the fourth inning. Sun Prairie East with a 5-1 lead over Sun Prairie West on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
As a first-generation student, I initially joined the military to ensure I could afford college, and I had a lot of self-doubt. But at Madison College, there are so many resources extended to me, and I feel supported and confident to reach my goals. Best of all, I'll be able to transfer to a 4-year college debt-free. My advice to others, believe in yourself and your future. There's more to your story at Madison College.
Visit madisoncollege.edu to get started.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Top half of the fourth inning in the Battle of Sun Prairie for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals, who have scored in each of the first 3 innings. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. Have a 5-1 lead over the Sun Prairie West Wolves. 5 runs, 6 hits, no errors so far for Sun Prairie East. 1 run, 3 hits, and a pair of errors for Sun Prairie West here on the home field, as the Wolves try to work their way back into this game, down 5-1. Comeback, Dennis, could start with a clean inning here for their ace, Caden Cook, on the mound. He has been worked here in the first 3 innings by this stellar Sun Prairie East offense.
Yeah, 58 pitches. If they can get him up another 20-25, this could be the end of the line here, 4 innings this early in the season, especially if you got a big run lead.
And here we go, top half of the fourth inning. Manny Abreu, the leadoff hitter, the catcher, stands in and takes a ball. Again, great crowd on hand on a beautiful evening here on the west end of Sun Prairie, just off Highway 19 and just up the road from my house. 2-0 now. Dennis, you've been over. You want to say hi?
That's why you took the game, right? So you
I mean, the commute is what it is. You know,
well, you had a long day, too, with Willie and Tausch this morning.
Yeah, I mean, we've had longer.
Yeah, true.
Big week on Willie and Tausch. Abreu up the middle, going to be a tough play at shortstop. Fielded, throw over, and they got him.
Wow.
What a play out at shortstop. Cal Magley ranging to his left, able to field that one on a couple of hops and then fire in time to get the catcher Abreu at first. 1 gone in the top of the fourth. And put a star next to that one for Cal Magley and Sun Prairie West.
Transfer from DeForest last summer. Some of the players were telling Coach that, hey, this guy wants to play with us this year. And Coach Buss said, we don't have a shortstop. We'll take him. He's ranked in the top 10 in Wisconsin in the class of 2028. Plays on the top GRB team.
Well, seems like as good a time as any for me to tell you about the GRB Academy. If you're interested in getting the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life, like Cal Magley, the GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. The GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. And a liner to center field, caught on a sliding catch out there by Grant Pedersen. Defense shining for Sun Prairie West here in the fourth. 2 down, and the first 2 batters of this inning at the top of the order retired on a couple of great defensive plays in the field.
Yeah, a sophomore makes a great play at short on the throw to first, and now another sophomore in center field, sliding catch. Beautiful play.
Pedersen retires his center field counterpart Glusick, and there's 2 gone with nobody on here in the top of the fourth. Number 3 hitter is Van Vogler. Got a double and a walk today. Did score a run in that first inning for Sun Prairie East. And this is the first real opportunity that Caden Cook has a chance to get out of an inning cleanly in this afternoon's game. Bender in there for a strike. 0-2. A lot of movement on that pitch. He fooled Vogler. Haven't seen that today from
Looked like
Caden Cook.
Looked like a beach ball in there and just died.
0-2 with 2 outs. Let's see if he throws him one to hit. Here's the delivery from Cook. It's low and inside. And Vogler will get another crack at it. Sun Prairie East has had a lot of runners on in the first 3 innings. They have made Cook work. That pitch count getting up there. You know, Sun Prairie West wanted to see him have a good outing today. But the Cardinals have put an end to that concept. And we'll see if this ends up being Cook's final inning on the mound for Sun Prairie West as that pitch count continues to climb. This inning's certainly helping if he can get out of it here 1-2-3. 2 balls and 2 strikes on the shortstop on the number 3 hitter, Van Vogler. He's reached base each of his first 2 times this afternoon. Checks his swing. Did he go? He did not on the appeal down the first base line. I thought that pitch might have actually been in the zone. He tapped the helmet if you had the metrics to do so.
That's what I thought.
But instead, the count runs full. You like the replay reviews, Dennis?
I'm not sure about that. I'm more of a traditionalist, but
this one ends up behind Vogler, and he's going to get to first base on a walk.
I'd rather see him called the right way, though. So if he made a mistake, it's
Vogler on for the 3rd time today. Doubled in the first inning, and now a pair of walks. And so it's not a 1-2-3 inning for the first time today for Caden Cook. He'll have to work with Vogler out at first base with 2 gone, and the cleanup hitter, Grayson Utek, stepping back in. Utek was the final out of the 2nd inning. Retired on a ground out to first base. Throw over to first. Try to keep the runner Vogler close. You know, 2 outs, you get on base, you got your cleanup hitter up. Might be a good opportunity to try and swipe second, and then on contact you can try and score a run, steal one here in the 4th.
Well, you got a left-handed hitter up there. It's going to be a little tougher to make that throw down the second.
Vogler's
going outside now.
Taking a pretty big lead. Now an extra lead on the pitch. Does not run, and it's a ball. 1-0 on the cleanup hitter, Grayson Utek. Had a sacrifice fly, drove in a run on a fly out to left field back in the 1st inning.
You don't see him much. That was definitely a called pitch out.
The 1-0 from Cook. This one outside, another pitch out, but a bad throw down to second.
No way.
And Vogler is in there. So everybody in the building thought Vogler might take off for second base.
And he did.
And he did, and he got it.
Second stolen base of the game. Kelly had one in the 2nd inning. Now, chance to get a run again for the 4th straight inning to score with lefty up there. Utek, Marchese said the sky's the limit in his potential.
That was always one of the most aggravating things when I played in the field at any level, when you know that a guy wants to steal a base and then he does it.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, how did we let that happen? So now runner in scoring position. The 2-0 misses outside, and now you wonder if they're going to kind of pitch around Utek here and take their chances with Tamboli next. 3-0 on the Sun Prairie East cleanup hitter, Grayson Utek.
Never want to make a mistake with the cleanup hitter. They're going to make you pay with 2.
Here's the pitch from Cook. This one's in there for a strike. Oh, boy, you never want to do that.
Got him.
Utek thought it was ball 4. He started the trot down the first base line a little prematurely.
No, you better be watching every pitch because
next one
sees that.
Next one that's close is going to be a strike, Grayson. You better watch out here. 3-1 on the cleanup hitter for Sun Prairie East.
If you can reach it, you better swing at it.
Cook painted the corner really nicely on that pitch. Now the 3-1. This one misses outside where Utek thought the last one was. And this time he does cleanly get down to first base, drawing the walk.
Back-to-back walks here. Just when Cook looked like he was going to be able to escape. Now 2, and now it brings up Tamboli. The other teams love seeing the pitcher. Like I said last week, I had Marty Hanna and Hayden Anderson going, and they were friends. They played travel ball together, and 10 pitches. But Hayden got the last laugh. They won 8-2. So even though Hanna took them out, but like when pitchers get to hit that way, that they can't do anything stupid out of the mound, like throwing behind a hitter or hitting a hitter.
First one right in there as a strike on Tamboli. We did see Coach Busk step out of the dugout for Sun Prairie West, communicating with his pitcher Cook on the mound. Gave him the two-hand calm down signal.
Just get through this inning.
Tamboli in there. He grounded out to third his first time up. This one fouled up the third base line. Had a hit to lead off the, or excuse me, it wasn't to lead off the third inning, but he,
yeah. It
was a leadoff single in the third inning, and he ended up scoring.
Still second. He came around on that ground ball by Ireland.
I'm a little out of practice keeping the scorebook. I know you're a scorebook guy, Dennis. I've forgotten a couple of times to move on to the next inning when I've been doing mine, and so I'm trying to keep track of where I messed up and where I didn't. So I apologize there. Yeah, we're getting back into the swing of things, pun intended here. 0-2 to Tamboli.
There it is.
Line into left center. It's going to get down. Rounding third and scoring is Vogler. Throw comes into shortstop. Tamboli to second, and he is out at second. Tamboli drives in another run for Sun Prairie East, but he's gunned down trying to extend it into a double. That'll end the top half of the fourth inning in thrilling fashion. The Cardinals tack on one more, and it's now 6-1 Sun Prairie East as we head to the bottom of the fourth on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team is certified for delivering the most accurate forecast in the entire state of Wisconsin. Morning meteorologist Savannah Brito.
When you're making plans, the weather often has other plans.
Evening meteorologist Blaze Keller.
At home, at work, or on the go, when we know, you'll know.
Chief meteorologist Alex Harrington.
Our team has the experience you can count on and the accuracy you can trust.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Badgers Athletic Director Chris McIntosh is moving on.
If you looked at when he took it to where it is now, athletic department is worse off from when he started to where he is now.
Continue reacting right here on your home for Badgers coverage, 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Wisconsin app and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Sun Prairie East with a 6-1 lead on Sun Prairie West. And I am choking up. So, Dennis, why don't you tell us what happened there in the top half of the fourth inning to close it out while I take a drink of water.
One run, one hit, no errors, one left. Tamboli ends up with a nice RBI single, but throwing out trying to steal second. So right now, Tamboli and Van Vogler are vying for that Pizza Hut player of the game. Van Vogler has been on 3 times, 2 walks, a hit, and a double, and 2 runs scored. And Tamboli's now 2 for 3 with an RBI.
All right, I think I'm better now. Thank you.
And he's only allowed 1 run through the first 3 innings. So that's the advantage. Pitcher, when he gets the hit, he gets a little bit unfair advantage for that award, but whatever. Oh.
Yeah, first pitch of the bottom of the fourth actually comes in, and it does hit the leadoff hitter. Piankowski, oh, wait, did it not? He's saying it did. He took off for first base, but the home plate umpire disagrees.
Ah.
So Piankowski will actually remain in there.
Yeah, I think Bus is trying to appeal to the first base.
Yeah, everybody
umpire
wants to.
Says no, first base umpire is waving it off. Says no, it bounced up.
You don't see that one every day. But it does keep Piankowski in the box, and that does give us a chance to talk about him. Piankowski, a bowler, in addition to being a stellar left fielder here for the Sun Prairie West Wolves, lines this one to right field. Playable, right spot, right time, right at Casey Kelly, and there's 1 down. Piankowski, one of the great bowlers for the Sun Prairie co-op program. They have a combined program here with
East and West.
East, West, Cambridge, and Marshall are involved in it too. And the longtime coaches, John and Cheryl Brunig, over here at Prairie Lanes in Sun Prairie, hanging it up after a decorated career, winning multiple championships between coaching both the boys and the girls teams.
That was my question. How good are they?
Oh, they're fantastic. The girls team, the state champions here this season, and a ride off into the sunset for longtime coaches John and Cheryl Brunig, multiple years leading the way for the Sun Prairie bowling program. And They had said it would be their last year. They knew they had a really good squad. Maggie Porter, one of the great bowlers, she was again contending in the state singles competition this year. She's been an outstanding individual bowler and then helping lead the team to the championship as well.
I was going to say that is the best weekend of the year for you.
I love it.
We called a game. We called a sectional final game.
That way, so
right up there.
It's always the first weekend in March. If it's March 1st, then it's the following week, as it was this year. But I just absolutely love. We've got the boys and girls state basketball postseason as a liner gets by the third baseman, and Ben Mushinski is aboard with a single with one gone here in the bottom of the fourth for Sun Prairie West. So, yeah, we've got the girls' sectional semifinal Thursday night. We got the boys' regional final Friday night. And then the doubleheader on Saturday. The girls' sectional final in the afternoon, the boys' regional final in the evening, and then the state bowling championships. They're really taking place all weekend long with all the qualifying and whatnot, but I head up to either Wausau or Ashwaubenon or wherever they're hosting that, and then join my friend Emil Williams Jr. for the call on Bowlstream TV. It's one of the most action-packed high school sports weekends, or really sports weekends in general, every year, and I absolutely love it.
So how good a bowler are you?
So I actually went the other day just to see what I still had, and I averaged a 196 through. I bowled 3 games, and I tossed an average 196. High score was like a 220. First game, I think I had like a 170 something. So
I probably couldn't do that in 3 games.
Piankowski multiple 300s to his name, which is where this whole conversation started. And I did want to apologize to him because in addition to the call on Bowlstream TV, I also do the introductory announcements every year when they do those state bowling championships, and I have to record 1,000 names. And you introduce every bowler's name. It plays for 12 consecutive minutes in the center. Everybody probably hates it. I've never actually seen it in person played. I'm assuming everybody is bored out of their minds when they're running it at the center. But he is one of the many names that I'm sure I've mispronounced for multiple occasions over the years. Said Pinekowski every year that he's been part of it. So now we actually, we do this afternoon, and I see how it's actually pronounced, and so I apologize to the Piankowski family, bringing shame upon their name. Pitch outside, and the count is now full. Sullivan Arnold standing in there with 1 gone and a runner at first base. 6-1 in the bottom of the fourth. Sun Prairie East in command. Joey Tamboli, the ace left-handed pitcher, on the mound here in the fourth. Throws over to first, where he had what I would say is the biggest play of this game in the bottom half of the third inning, picking off Grant Pedersen at first base when Sun Prairie West was rallying with 2 on and nobody out in a 5-1 game with the heart of the order coming up. And that totally changed the complexion of the inning, and it may be the pivotal point in this game when we look back at it when it's all said and done. 80% of the time, Dennis. 3-2 pitch. First pitch is fouled off. Credit my dad.
See if I can start tracking that when I watch games.
If anyone would, it would be you, wouldn't it? You're quite the statistician.
I score everything. That's how I stay into it. And I tell my daughter, so when I go to games, she won't let me keep score. She keeps score now.
Inside for ball 4 on Arnold, and so 2 on with 1 out for Sun Prairie West. They've had opportunities with runners on base in this game against Tamboli. He's just been able to work out of it almost every time. Let's see if the bottom of the order can get it done. Maverick Johnson, the first baseman. Reached bases last time up.
Second walk of the game here for Tamboli.
And this one misses. Tamboli can struggle with the command at times, but he's such a accomplished veteran pitcher that you just trust that he's going to be able to work himself out of jams like this.
59 pitches. He's on target to probably throw 5 or 6 today.
This one's in there for a strike, 1-1 on the number 8 hitter, Maverick Johnson.
I think Jack said he was going to try to throw 5. Possibly, we could see Braden Johnson. He was a courtesy runner earlier in the game, coming in for him.
Maverick Johnson had a big hit in the win against Oconomowoc on April 10th, a 7-4 victory for Sun Prairie West. Can he come up with a big hit here? A 1-1? Nope. Tamboli steps off trying to catch the runner back at second, but Mushinski not fooled. I'm sure there was a message from Coach Aaron Buss in that dugout after the pickoff attempt in the third inning. Do not get picked off if we get runners on against this guy. Make him work. Now the 1-1. Oh, that one bends right into the zone for a strike. Great movement on the pitch from Tamboli.
Nice curve. Yeah, that nothing worse than runners on first and second, and the runner first gets picked off.
Yeah, like
just
where are you
he
going?
Falls asleep. Yeah, you're not going anywhere. Just stay close.
All right, Johnson's got to protect here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Down 6-1, but not out of it. Sun Prairie West. Here's the pitch. And a foul. Johnson stays alive. Senior first baseman. And you know when we say senior, that's a rare occurrence here in the Sun Prairie West lineup. In fact, of the starting 9 in the batting order, only Piankowski and Maverick Johnson, the 2 seniors. Again, the 1-2. Check swing in the dirt. I don't think he went. They will check. Oh, they're going to say he did go around on it. On the appeal to the umpire in the position between the mound and second base, that's not a great spot to appeal to that field umpire. I feel for him, but he says that, yes, Johnson went around on the check swing, and that's another strikeout for Tamboli, and 2 gone now here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Fifth strikeout of the game for Tamboli. Wiggling his way out. Good pitchers find ways. Putting guys on base, a couple walks and a hit by pitch, but come back with a strike.
First pitch in there on Lou Swinging, the catcher. He struck out swinging his first time up, also with runners on and 2 out back in the 2nd inning. I feel for the plate umpire in that position because your view gets blocked when a pitch goes in the dirt. The catcher starts to stand up and adjust his position to try and get it. You can't see if the batter's motion took the pitch in, and now this one comes in and hits swing, and that'll load the bases for the top of the order here for Sun Prairie West. In the bottom of the 4th inning, Cal Magley will come up in a big situation to try and work the Wolves back into it. So that pitch, when it comes in and you can't see if he checked his swing, and the only other umpire, it's a 2-man crew that they're working here for WIAA games. The only spot that the umpire is in the field is in the middle of the field. He's got essentially the same view that you have, where when you're standing directly in front, you can't really tell if you checked your swing. But if you can't see it, you have to appeal.
Right.
And so usually they try to avoid that appeal if you can at all costs. But if you can't see the play, you got to ask somebody who could. And in this case, the field umpire saw enough to say yes that he went around on that swing. So here we go. Magley stands in, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Biggest jam Tamboli's been in today. Magley takes a strike on the inside corner. He didn't like that call. Steps out of the box to shake it off.
Yeah, leads the team in runs scored with 6. He's only got 1 run batted in. Be nice to get 2 or 3 here. Extra base hit would get him right back in the ball game.
Mushinski at 3rd, Arnold at 2nd, Swinging, actually the courtesy runner for Swinging at 1st, and that one comes in and it hit Magley on a bounce. He takes it on the ankle, and that's good enough to score a run for Sun Prairie West. And just like that, the tying run comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning in a 6-2 ball game. You mentioned, Dennis, you take the runs however you can get them, and in this case, it's a hit-by pitch, sending Magley on, and it scores Mushinski from 3rd with nowhere to put him.
5 freebies, 3 hit-by pitches, and 2 walks. So Tamboli struggling with his control here a little bit today. He's been able to wiggle his way out, but now 6-2 tying run at the plate.
And that's also back-to-back hit batsmen for Sun Prairie West. So we're closing in on that 5 number you had in the first game.
Jack Marchese, his coach, said he is not afraid to throw inside. But right now, maybe he ought to be a little bit more cautious doing it.
The number 2 hitter, Grant Pedersen, the sophomore center fielder, stands in for Sun Prairie West. And how about this for a redemption opportunity for Pedersen after he got picked off in that crucial moment last inning on the base paths? Can he come up with a huge hit to get the Wolves right back in it? Bases loaded, down 6-2, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, he came into the game hitting 200. Got to hit his second time up. See, a big hit right here is one of those things that can turn a season or a streak around. Just that confidence.
Hockey players have short memories. He is a star hockey player for the Sun Prairie program. Here's the 0-1. Pedersen, ground ball to short near the runner, and Vogler fumbled it. Everybody's safe. And credit the runner for getting in front of that. That's excellent base running by the courtesy runner in for Lou Swingen, advancing to third base right where the ball was on a couple of hops. Did just enough to disrupt it as it was grounded to Vogler. Everybody's safe. Another run comes in for Sun Prairie West, and it's 6-3 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. So how about this? Suddenly the number 3 hitter, Will Jensen, represents the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 4th. Can you believe it?
That's what makes baseball such a great game.
Bases loaded. They're going to call that a hit. Here we go. Jensen takes a ball. It hops away from the catcher, Abreu, but nobody running. They're not going to do anything dicey in this situation. 2 runs in for Sun Prairie West in the bottom of the 4th.
I rule that a hit. That's 2 infield hits to shortstop for Pedersen. Today he'll take them.
3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Wolves. Here's the pitch. Grounded up the middle. Backhanded play at second, and the throw is in time. Sun Prairie West gets 2, but Jensen grounds out to second, stranding the bases loaded. We head to the 5th inning. Sun Prairie East 6, Sun Prairie West 3 on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Discover the all-new TPC Wisconsin, Madison's premier destination for families, women, and golfers of all levels. Fresh off a stunning $30 million transformation, TPC Wisconsin offers more than championship golf. Enjoy a welcoming community with tennis, pickleball, a world-class golf academy, swimming, fitness, and family-friendly activities all year long. Experience the newest TPC golf club in the world right here in Madison. Visit tpcwisconsin.com to explore memberships and schedule your tour today.
The sound of summer is back.
Fly ball right field. Back goes Weimer. Still back on the warning track. It's gone!
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Battle of Sun Prairie as the sun begins to set here at Sun Prairie West High School. The Sun Prairie East holy smokes, the Sun Prairie East Cardinals have a 6-3 lead on the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Easy for me to say. I'm Jesse Nelson along with the Dean, Dennis Semrau. Dennis, Sun Prairie West leaves the bases loaded. They get 2, that's the good news, but with the heart of the order up, Jensen and then Denke on deck. Oh, if they would have been able to extend that inning, we could be talking about a totally different game right now.
Definitely. Extended that pitch count there for Tamboli. Let's see if he'll come out for the 5th.
Back out for the 5th inning, Caden Cook, the starting pitcher for Sun Prairie West, has surrendered at least 1 run in each inning so far today. 2 in the 1st and 2nd, and then 1 apiece in the 3rd and 4th. All the damage in the 4th inning came after the first 2 batters were out. Abreu and Glusik with a couple of great defensive plays in short and in center. And then Vogler, Utek, and Tamboli were able to get another one on the board for Sun Prairie East before the inning came to an end. Jack Marchese Jr., the designated hitter, stands in to begin the 5th inning. First pitch a ball, as is the second. 2-0 on Marchese, the coach's son.
Yeah, reached base on an error short last time, struck out his first time up.
6 runs, 7 hits, and an error for Sun Prairie East here on the road. First of 2 meetings between these teams this week. They'll also play Saturday morning, 11 a.m. over across town at Sun Prairie East High School, where we'll be back for the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer game. Sun Prairie East and Middleton, one of the great traditions in high school baseball across the state. raising great money for the American Family Children's Hospital. And rumor has it Mark Tauscher will return to join me for the call for that game. Dennis, you're invited too, just so you're aware.
Okay.
Everybody's invited to be part of that experience, especially after last year. As a leadoff walk here from Marchese, he trots down to first base. So we wondered if Cook would be back out here for the 5th inning. He is, and we'll see how short the leash is.
Yeah, that puts him up to 82 pitches now. In high school, you can throw 100 pitches. You can go over 100 if you're in the middle of an at-bat. But once that batter's done, you're done.
So it looks like Coach Aaron Buss is going to try and ride Cook as long as he can here in the first of this 2-game series this week.
Used to be it was rare to see a pitcher throw 100 in that first couple of weeks. But, again, with groups like GRB, kids being able to throw, from December on.
Casey Kelly shows bunt, gets it down, back to the pitcher Cook. He'll field and throw to first. Beautiful. Kelly retired, and it does get Marchese up to second base. Sacrifice bunt, 1-3 on the putout, and 1 gone here in the top half of the 5th inning. PrepMania brought to you by Gruber Law Offices, where they have a reputation for winning. Their experienced, powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There's never a fee until they win your case. Gruber Law Offices, serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, 1 call.
That's all. Yeah, Kelly, 2 sacrifices here. The first time it was able to lead to a run in the 3rd inning. We'll see what happens here.
And it looks like we're going to have a new batter here in for the left fielder, Jack Ireland.
Is this number 4?
Yeah.
It'd be Jack Ostrenga.
Oh, another Ostrenga that we call on Zimbrick Honda's PrepMania. That's a familiar name for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals program. Jack stands in and takes a ball. Younger brother of Sam and Addison Ostrenga, a couple of great football players.
Addison's at Iowa. Addison actually had offers to play baseball, but played tight end for the Hawkeyes, and Sam's at North Dakota. But he's a 3-sport athlete like his brothers, football, basketball, baseball, traditionalist, as I like to say.
So is this the point where I get to say congratulations to the Ostrenga family? Addison, though, with 4 fewer wins in college this week than he had last week with those NCAA violations for the University of Iowa. Do I get to say that, or is that in poor taste at this juncture? 2-0 on Jack. Here's the pitch in there for a strike from Cook. Again, approaching that 100 pitch mark here in the 5th inning. I did give Brian Bulaga a bunch of grief for that when he joined Wilde and Tausch this week, and he laughed it off, saying Wisconsin's got our own share of issues right now, and I didn't really have a comeback for that, in fairness.
Yeah, we have no room to talk right now.
The 2-1 in there on Ostrenga, 2-2.
So did you put that application in for the athletic director's position?
I said I would. Are you going to apply, Dennis? We could use somebody of your stature to.
I actually have a master's in educational administration.
Oh, do ya? Oh, okay.
I do, but that is not a job.
He knows the Madison sport. He's about to be a Hall of Famer ×2 this year, folks. Foul ball back off the net. Can you tell everybody, by the way, Dennis, while we're here, for your Hall of Fame inductions coming this year, plural?
Well, no, the first one is I'll be honored as the friend of sport for the Madison Sports Hall of Fame. Jay Wilson will be inducted, one of our 4 members this year.
So you're not actually being inducted into that Hall of Fame?
Not inducted to that one, but I'm getting the honors.
What is that? Like you're getting a high five from the Hall of Fame? Like what is that?
Instead of I got a call from Al Schumacher yesterday. I got bad news and good news. What do you want? Well, let's take bad news first. Well, you've been presenting for us. We don't want you this year. And I go, what's up? He goes, because you're getting an award you can't present.
Well, congratulations to you. That's certainly well-deserved from the Madison Sports Hall of Fame.
The Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame, that'll be in September as a friend of basketball. So, yeah, it just means I've survived 40 years doing this. That's all. Oh, look at that.
Ostrenga gets a full count pitch, and it's a foul ball because you know what, Dennis? 80% of the time, according to my dad, that's what happens on the first pitch of a full count.
You know,
It's starting to look pretty good, didn't it?
If that wouldn't have hit his foot, that would have been a beautiful bunt down
It would have.
baseline.
Yeah.
It just stayed straight.
Full count, 1 out. Runner at second as Ostrenga stands in, batting in the number 8 spot, replacing Jack Ireland, the left fielder. Here's the pitch. Up near his neck, he's able to bend underneath it. It's ball 4, and Ostrenga draws a walk.
Ostrenga with a walk. And that is walk number 5. Wow.
And now Turek, and actually we're going to get a Madison College mound visit, and that's going to be it for Caden Cook today. Reaching that 100-pitch threshold, and the time has come to replace Caden Cook with 1 out in the top half of the 5th inning. Tough outing for Cook. He's a dependable starter for Sun Prairie West, but the Cardinal offense was able to get to him early and often, putting up 4 runs in each of those first 2 innings.
Well,
it's a tough day on the hill for Caden Cook.
91 pitches, he might give him one more batter, but in this case, no. He walked 2 of the first 3 guys. Time for a fresh, or as Sun Prairie East players are going, fresh meat.
Well, with Turek coming up in the 9 spot, if it was Abreu or Glusick right away now at the top of the order, maybe you leave Cook in there to face him. But I think with the number 9 hitter coming up, you take your chances, let a new pitcher settle in.
Yep.
Before facing the top of the order. So Cook's day is done. 4 1/3 officially for Cook, and we'll see what the official damage ends up being once this inning is completed with the runner inherited, a couple of runners inherited, I should say, out on the base paths. So new pitcher in for Sun Prairie West. We'll get you that information in just a minute, but first it was a Madison College mound visit, so it's my chance to tell you Madison College has been around for over 100 years. Right here in our community. They've grown to 7 campuses all across south central Wisconsin, including 3 in Madison. Whether you're starting fresh or leveling up your career, Madison College is there for you. Learn more at madisoncollege.edu. That's madisoncollege.edu.
Trying to see if that's a 6 or an 8.
Getting word it's a 6, which means
6
that is
Gruber.
Officially number 16 for the Sun Prairie West baseball program now on the mound, and that is Grayson Gruber, sophomore, taking over in place of Caden Cook. So what do we know, Dennis, about Gruber this year on the hill, now in for Sun Prairie West?
Left-handed, left-handed reliever, leads the team with innings pitched coming in with 9 1/3. No walks. He's got a sub-1 ERA. He can play any outfield position. Also a football player, but he's been pretty solid out of the bullpen. So here's the kind of guy you want to put fire out and keep that score close for Sun Prairie West.
Runners on first and second. 1 gone now as we resume play. Turek takes a cut at the first pitch, and an infield fly rule in effect at shortstop as it's caught. 2 gone here in the 5th. That was always one of my favorite things as an umpire, Dennis, when you actually got to call the infield fly. And that is the case here as Turek is retired. It's one of the first things they call, or they teach you in like umpire training, is how to like signal to your fellow umpire. You do a little finger on the mask for an infield fly situation. It almost never actually happens, but when it does, it's like, oh, lightning struck. There we go. And now first pitch strike in on Abreu, the leadoff hitter, with 2 on and 2 out here in the top of the 5th. Abreu's 4th plate appearance today. This one popped in foul territory on the right side. It's going to stay playable. Who's got it? Nobody. Falls innocently in foul territory between the catcher and the first baseman. That was Maverick Johnson and Lou Swingen, both in the shadows as the sun sets now behind us here at Sun Prairie West High School. So tough to get a good read on it, tough to communicate on that blue warning track turf, and just couldn't quite come up with it. So another opportunity for Abreu at the plate, 0-2 the count. I always feel like you have new life as a hitter when you're able to pop one in foul territory that lands.
A sigh of relief, like, oh, phew. He didn't catch it.
Abreu's been a victim of circumstance a couple of times today. Great play out at shortstop by Cal Magley to retire him in the 4th inning. And then back in the first at-bat of the game, grounded it to third base, bad throw to first. He was able to get on, tried to extend it all the way to third where he was thrown out. Really interesting start now a couple hours ago. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Abreu. He'll be playing his college baseball just up the road at Madison College. Good baseball program over there at Madison College. Consistently one of the best in the country.
Also, he's got an interesting job. Coach said he's the Spanish translator at Summit Credit Union.
Abreu swing and a miss, and down he goes, strike 3 to end the top half of the 5th inning. Sun Prairie East strands a couple of runners on base. Grayson Gruber works his way out of the jam in relief. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning in the Battle of Sun Prairie. Sun Prairie East 6, Sun Prairie West 3 on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Brewers baseball is back.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fastball at 101. It's a Miz show at Fenway tonight. My goodness.
Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Bottom of the 5th inning as the sun continues to set here at Sun Prairie West High School. Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Great to have high school baseball on ESPN Madison this season. Alongside the Dean, Dennis Semrau, I'm Jesse Nelson. Special thanks once again to our video producer, Owen Dimfel, on site here at Sun Prairie West High School, bringing it to you on the YouTube channel. Riley Yauk, our audio producer, keeping us sounding good back in the Everlight Solar Studios at ESPN Madison. Joey Tamboli back out on the mound for his 5th inning of work for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals with a 6-3 advantage. Let's get a check-in on how the keys to the game are looking for us here this evening. It's brought to you by Zimbrick Honda. They've been a proud part of the Madison community since 1973. Your one-stop shop for over 250 new Hondas to choose from. Whether you're looking for a sedan, SUV, or truck, their selection of new vehicles is second to none. Browse their car selection online at ZimbrickHonda.com. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda. Clark Denke, the designated hitter, stands in and takes a first pitch strike from Tamboli. Dennis, what's Sun Prairie East executing well here this evening?
Well, they are creating chaos on the bases. They've taken advantage of 5 walks and stolen a couple bases there. It's interesting. They've driven in 6 runs. Each one of the top 5 batters in the lineup has a run batted in. So you talk about get on base, create chaos, and then knock the runners in, and that's what they're doing.
Now 2 balls and a strike on Denke. Sun Prairie West, they've tried to execute their game plan. They've had opportunities to score, left the bases loaded last inning. When we look at what their keys to victory were today, as Denke fouls this one up the first base line, how are they sticking to that execution for success?
Well, it's pretty much the same. Both these teams are like mirrors. West wants to do the same thing. They want to be able to execute. Unfortunately, pitching, Tamboli's been able to wiggle his way out some good defensive plays, wiggle his way out of a few more jams than Caden Cook was. But it was good to see Gruber come in. Right now, that you're always looking for that closer at the end. Lefty that throws a little bit of heat, and you got both that out. So now you get the leadoff walk on, and the whole thing with them is just try to keep it close so you can kind of scratch your way back, knowing you got the last at bat, and then nothing better than a walk-off.
It's a great at-bat for Denke to start the bottom of the 5th inning. He was in a hole, but able to work the count and eventually draw a leadoff walk against Tamboli. So Denke aboard. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. Sun Prairie West has had its fair share of opportunities to score runs today. Can they break through late in this game down 6-3? First pitch strike to Zane Piankowski.
Yeah, they've been able to take advantage. West the Wolves, that was the 3rd walk they've gotten. They've got 3 hit by pitches. But again, Tamboli's been able to wiggle his way out and see if he can do it here.
Pienkowski, the great bowler, multiple 300 games to his name here at Prairie Lanes in Sun Prairie. 1 ball and a strike.
And Tamboli's starting to get close to that pitch count. He's up in the low 80s now.
This one, Pienkowski fouls it straight back, and whenever that happens, they say you just missed it.
So my guess is this is going to be it for Tamboli. Probably the pitch count's going to get him, if not at this inning, early in the 6th.
And depending on how Sun Prairie West can work the counts, he may not be able to get out of this inning.
Yeah. But then again, he had an 8-pitch first inning. And that's the other thing. After that 8-pitch, I think Coach Buss said, hey, we got to take a few more pitches here. We got to try to work his pitch count up because that's what they're doing to our guy. And sure enough, the next inning, they had a 20-pitch at bats.
And that is strike 3 looking. Down goes Pienkowski. He took a really dangerous one on the 1-2 pitch. Tamboli wanted it, and then he got him on the next one, perfectly slicing that inside corner. Strikes out Pienkowski, and there's 1 gone here in the bottom of the 5th.
Strikeout number 6 there for Tamboli.
Ben Mushinski now steps back in. Scored a run last inning as part of the rally attempt for Sun Prairie West. They were finally able to put 2 on the board against Tamboli. They did score 1 in the 2nd inning, but in the 3rd and 4th had a couple of opportunities, but just couldn't come through with the bases loaded, especially last inning. That was one that really hurt.
Well, you're talking about that pickoff big. Well, you know, if Sun Prairie West can work its way back, the 5th was the first time that Sun Prairie East hadn't scored. They scored in each of the first 4 innings. So to get that shut the door there is a biggie for him. Oh, a pickoff.
Yeah, that was in the dirt, and the runner's going to go to second, and he's going to be in there cleanly. How about that? Denke caught in no man's land between first and second base, decided to go for it with the throw from Manny Abreu down to first, and then a wide throw to second allows Denke to swipe it. So all that after strike 2. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter, Mushinski. Could have been disastrous for Sun Prairie West, and instead now they've got a runner in scoring position. And if they can chip away, they just had a scoreless inning for Sun Prairie East offensively in the top of the inning for the first time today. You never know. Here's a liner, Mushinski into left field by the shortstop, Vogler. It's out there, and here comes the runner around third. He's going to score. Denke's in. And it turns out to be a costly mistake for Sun Prairie East trying to get him out at second base. Instead, Denke comes in to score an RBI single for Mushinski, and it's 6-4 now in the bottom of the 5th inning. And it looks like that's it for Joey Tamboli. Well, well, well. Sun Prairie West suddenly with 3 unanswered runs scored, and they are in it. 6-4 with a couple of innings yet to go. Coach Marchese with a Madison College mound visit.
Well, they say walks can kill. Denke's walked twice, and he scored both times.
Oh, Tamboli is going to stay in the game. They are not going to take him out. Okay, so that pitch count's closing in on 100, but he's going to stay out there, still able to. And Coach Marchese says, you know what, let's keep him in there and let him try and work his way out of this.
We're up to 88 at this point, so maybe a couple more batters, but it's one out if you can get a double play here.
Just a rallying message from Coach Marchese, bringing the infield together after that mistake that ends up scoring a run. So tying run at the plate in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch outside a ball from Joey Tamboli. 11 pitches to go until he reaches 100 for the game. That is the threshold in which he can finish the batter he would be facing, but then would be mandatory to remove him from the game. So let's see how Sun Prairie West is able to work the count here in this 5th inning. Here's the pitch, a strike. 1-1 the count now. Sullivan Arnold flew out to center field back in the 2nd. Might be actually the hardest hit ball of the day, that deep fly ball to center field that he had back in the 2nd inning, and then drew a walk, ended up being stranded at third base.
Well, interesting. Just when it looked like they were going to break serve, all 6 games had been decided by 2 runs or less. Sun Prairie East had a 5-run lead, and now it's back to a two-run lead.
4 of the 6 games in the series since these two schools have both existed decided by 1 run.
All these guys grew up playing Little League and teams together, and so it's a good rivalry. And this is the first year now all the players at Sun Prairie West started at Sun Prairie West. Nobody that got shoved over here because they had to.
There's a strike, and it's 2-2 now on Sullivan Arnold. Right, you bring up a good point there, Dennis. This is the first time where the students at each of these schools were never classmates in high school. The 2-2, Arnold cut on and missed. Down he goes, and a big strikeout for Tamboli in the bottom of the 5th. 2 gone.
Strikeout number 7.
Every time Joey Tamboli has faced adversity on the mound today, he has been able to overcome it.
He is Tamboli equal opportunity. He 9 batters in the lineup. He struck out 7 of them once each.
So he's got 7 strikeouts. Nobody has struck out twice.
Yeah, Magley and Denke are the only ones that haven't struck out.
One of those strikeouts does belong to the current batter, Maverick Johnson, the first baseman. He struck out swinging his last time up at the plate. Here he takes strike 2. 0-2 on Johnson, the number 8 hitter in the Sun Prairie West lineup. It will be the final inning for Tamboli. Runner on first, tying run at the plate. The 0-2 is outside, a ball. Sun Prairie West has trailed by as many as 5 today. They're now within 2 with the tying run at the plate. 1-2 the count on Maverick Johnson. The pitch swung on and missed. Down he goes. Tamboli with back-to-back strikeouts, likely to close out his day on the mound for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. We head to the 6th. Sun Prairie East 6, Sun Prairie West 4. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Any night is a great night for Pizza Hut, and they've got your next meal covered. Score a large 3-topping pizza for just $10. Try it on Pizza Hut's new hand-tossed crust. Crispy and golden on the outside, soft and fluffy on the inside. Want a different vibe? Go with original pan, thin and crispy, or Chicago Tavern style. Big flavor, big savings, just $10. Whether it's game night, movie night, or just dinner tonight, this deal delivers. Order today at pizzahut.com or on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
We're on the Badgers.
The bottom line on it is you're going into a monster season.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
And now there's more change, more things that aren't stable than there ever has been before.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Heading to the start of the 6th inning and a 6-4 lead for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals on the road in the Battle of Sun Prairie, first of 2 games for this week between the Sun Prairie East Cardinals and the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Alongside the Dean Dennis Semrau, my name is Jesse Nelson, and this is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. We're brought to you in part by the GRB Academy. Interested in getting the highest level of coaching for the baseball player in your life? The GRB Academy offers individual and group lessons for players of all ages and skill levels. Visit grbacademy.com for more information. The GRB Academy, baseball for the serious player. A lot of these Sun Prairie players familiar with the training at the GRB Academy. And it's just up the road in Windsor, not too far, just up Highway 19 here from Sun Prairie West High School. Fly ball into right field down the line. This is trouble. If it falls, it is fair and down. And now Glusick over to second, and he's in there with a double. Ball gets by the second baseman into left field. Glusick will stay tight with a leadoff double. Cam Glusick gets the 6th inning started, reaching base, and a runner in scoring position for Sun Prairie East, Dennis, as they look to extend the lead here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, Glusick now 3 for 4 with a pair of doubles, and driven in a run and scored a run.
Glusick and Vogler have certainly been the primary offensive players for Sun Prairie East here this afternoon, driving in runs, scoring runs, key contributors at the top of the order as the Cardinals have been able to build this lead here this afternoon. Sun Prairie West has battled back. They've scored the last 3 to cut the lead back down to 2, but now an opportunity to score with Van Vogler stepping back into the box for the Cardinals.
He's had a great day, 2 walks and a first inning double that scored Glusick. See if he can bring him in with another 2-bagger.
Grayson Gruber on the mound for Sun Prairie West in relief of the starter Caden Cook, and a foul ball down the right field line for Van Vogler. It's 0-1. A reminder, coming up after the game, we will award our Pizza Hut player of the game. No one out pizzas the Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. I know a couple of Pizza Huts in driving distance from here, Dennis, depending on your preference.
Ooh.
Got the one on High Crossing Boulevard. I got the one right over here on Highway 19.
Sounds really good.
Couple of good spots. Get the stuffed crust.
What's your favorite topping?
I love the meats. I'm a guy that, my wife loves veggie pizzas, and I know there are many who do.
It's okay.
I like sausage, pepperoni. A new one here as the 0-2 is lined in center field, down for a base hit. Rounding third is Glusick. He'll come in to score. Sun Prairie East extends the lead in the 6th inning. An RBI single for Van Vogler. The 2 guys who have been getting it done all day, Glusick and Vogler, combined for back-to-back hits, and it's 7-4 Sun Prairie East.
Well, Gruber had their number for the bottom of the order, but no answers here for the top of the order. It's 2 runs now scored for Glusick, and Vogler now 2 for 2, 4 for 4 in plate appearances with his 2 walks and 2 RBIs.
Grayson Utek stands in now with the runner Vogler at first base, and he's got some wheels. Against the lefty Gruber, here's the pitch, and Utek able to line it into left field for a base hit. It's down. 3 straight hits to start the 6th inning. Runners at first and second with nobody out and 1 run already in for Sun Prairie East.
At first it looked like Piankowski may not have seen that. It's a really bright sun here, ready to set. But he came up, charged it, at least kept the runner at second base.
What do you think the difference is here this inning, Dennis? Not just because it's the top of the order and these players are all so good offensively, but Gruber came in and really shut down the Cardinals when he stepped onto the mound in relief of Cook in the 5th inning. I think just the scouting report or the hitters? What changed here?
Just the hitters. So you look at these top 4, Abreu, Glusick, Vogler, Utek. These are all conference potential, all conference players that really can hit the ball. And again, their philosophy is you get guys on and just play the small ball, but just put the ball in play and not swing it for the fences, not trying to do too much with your at-bats. And now it looks like we got a pinch hitter here.
Yeah, we're going to have a pinch hitter. Number 14 is Braden Johnson, whose name you mentioned earlier, Dennis. He's going to step up in place of the left-handed hitting Tamboli for a righty versus lefty matchup for the Cardinals.
And he will most likely replace him on the mound as well.
Also a football player, Braden Johnson. First at-bat of the day with 2 on and nobody out in the 6th inning. 1 run already in. Johnson looks to lay down the bunt, gets it up the first base line. He's thrown out at first. The catcher is saying to the home plate umpire that he thinks that ball went off of the leg of Johnson, and I think I saw that too, but if he's in the box, that's okay. As long as the ball goes fair. If he's standing in fair territory, it's one of the weird rules for a hitter. And so I think that may have actually been what occurred there.
Yeah.
That ball went off of the batter, but in fair territory, and because it was in his motion, play continued. So it ends up being a good sacrifice bunt for Johnson. Runners advance to second and third with 1 gone, and Marchese, the designated hitter, stands in. Jack Marchese struck out looking back in the 2nd, drew a walk, his last plate appearance. This is 4th opportunity in the box today, and he lines a foul ball down the right field line.
Taking the post-game speech, Jack's got 2 things right away that stand out. 1, Joey, working your way out of trouble, getting some good support from the offense. But 2 of the 3 times that Sun Prairie West has scored. East has answered the next inning. Nothing like giving up a run, but getting it back right away.
This one comes in at Marchese's ankles. He's able to dance out of the way. 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the 6th inning. Runners at second and third, 1 gone. Sun Prairie East up 7-4. Looking to tack on a couple more runs and extend this lead. Ground ball foul up the left field line, and we'll do it again.
Jack Jr. here, 0 for 2, but with a walk, a strikeout today. Would likely get his first base hit. Big time right here, bringing a couple more.
The sun has now set well enough here at Sun Prairie West High School where all the fans, I'm sure, appreciate being able to sit in the shade. This is a strike called, strike 3 on the outside corner, and down goes Jack Marchese for the 2nd time today, looking.
Second strikeout here, too, for Gruber.
That is a huge strikeout for Grayson Gruber. To my knowledge, no relation to David Gruber of Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. There's a strike.
Yeah, Casey Kelly up with 2 sacrifices and a hit by pitch. Officially no at-bats today. He's 0 for 0.
Well, Kelly would love to come up with a clutch hit here to extend the lead for good in this game. You got a feeling if they go up 5, Sun Prairie West may not be able to overcome that deficit. 3 runs. They've had enough action on the base paths today where if they can keep this to 3 runs, 2 innings to go, Sun Prairie West still has a chance to come back in this contest, but 5 runs would be a bit daunting.
A little different than last year's 1-0, 2-1 games.
Now 1 ball and 2 strikes after Kelly fouls this one away.
So are these are like $1 million houses over there, back over the side of town?
Probably 500, 400 or 500, I'd guess.
Big houses.
I could ask my friend Stacy Bruner from Bruner Realty. He could get us the real answers. Oh, pickoff attempt at second. They're going to get him in a rundown, but a run comes in to score for Sun Prairie East. I don't know if that's the trade-off West wanted, and now they're going to struggle to even get the runner. They don't. Oh, no, it's dropped between second and third base, and they're unable to get anybody. Oh, that's disastrous for Sun Prairie West. A run comes in to score, and they're unable to get anybody out in the rundown. So just for housekeeping purposes, that's not Denke, that was Vogler comes in to score.
Stolen base.
And UTEC ends up with the stolen base over to third. They had the pickoff attempt. It was a great move by Gruber to try to get the runner between second and third with 2 outs. That could have been just the worst position for Sun Prairie East, but Gruber trying to go get the runner, forgot about the guy at third, and Vogler was able to scamper all the way in and score. And then they messed it up at between second and third, and UTEC's able to get over to third base. 1 ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at third, now an 8-4 game. Kelly takes a ball, 2-2. Couple of big moments on the base paths today. One with Sun Prairie West when they got picked off. And now Sun Prairie East turning what could have been bad news and a blown opportunity to extend the lead into a run. Swing and a miss, Kelly goes down. And that'll end the inning. But not before 2 runs cross for Sun Prairie East. And they double their lead as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Cardinals lead it 8-4. Sun Prairie West coming up. It's Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on ESPN Madison and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
Brewers baseball is back.
Bowers a drive to right. It's way back and gone.
Tune Tune in all season right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
We joke on Will Be in Town all the time how much I hate this song in our music rotation. But now being played here in the middle of the 6th inning, I feel like it has to become like our official 6th inning stretch song in our high school baseball coverage here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Riley, jot that one down for future reference. I'm Jesse Nelson. Dennis Semrau with me here at Sun Prairie West High School. Riley Yauk, our audio producer, back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Owen Dimple, our video producer, well-educated from Bradley University on site here at Sun Prairie West High School, bringing it to you on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. 8-4, no sausage race, Dennis. I was hoping you might get out there in the Polish and give us some entertainment here, middle of the 6th inning. It's disappointing.
No, I like to see Owen out there. You know, he was the former Barneville star, right? he could bring it.
I tell you, there's a handful of teammates at ESPN Madison that this could get real interesting if we were all to get out there and participate in a sausage race.
Oh. Let's not go.
Dennis, you're top of my list. I
Let's
gotta be
not
honest.
go there.
All right, so a couple of changes here as we start the bottom half of the 6th inning. First of all, we're going to have a new batter for Sun Prairie West. It's number 3, Emerson Adamowski, stepping up, the senior, to lead off this inning for the Wolves in place of Maverick Johnson, the first baseman. And is that?
No,
that's not Tamboli still on the mound, so we got to check who. 46 is the new pitcher as opposed to number 40, who was the original Tamboli here for Sun Prairie East this afternoon. Number 46, it's actually Utek. Grayson Utek taking over on the mound for Sun Prairie East, switching over from first base. So that means we've got a new first baseman out on the field for the Cardinals, and I wonder if that is
Braden Johnson.
Johnson, who stepped in for Tamboli. Right, so we'll get a check. Not as easy as some of the big league games on television where we have multiple cameras and all these things have to be officially reported to the official scores before they occur. So we'll get to check a couple of the numbers and the new names and faces out on the diamond for both of these teams. So again, it is number 3, Emerson Adamowski, standing in against Grayson Utek to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. Tamboli's day is done. He finishes 5 strong innings for the Cardinals.
6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 8 strikeouts, 3 hit batters.
And a base hit for Adamowski into right center field, out past the diving second baseman, and a leadoff single for Sun Prairie West here in the bottom of the 6th inning. So nice debut at the plate this evening for Adamowski, and it's never over till it's over. Sun Prairie West has had a lot of action on the base paths.
Magley up.
And actually, I misspoke. I want to correct myself here in just a moment as Cal Magley does stand in. He's been hit by a couple of pitches today by Tamboli. Here he takes a strike high in the zone.
He's glad to see a new pitcher.
I'm sure he is.
Tired of getting hit.
Adamowski actually pinch hit for Lou Swingen, the number 9 hitter, the catcher. So Johnson remains in the game at first base, but the pinch hit for Swingen in the lineup here, the number 9 hitter. Now, Magley grounds one foul up the left field line, and it's 0-2 on the Sun Prairie West leadoff hitter. First plate appearance, bounced one right back to Joey Tamboli, and he's been repaid by being hit by a couple of pitches in his next 2 plate appearances this evening. Down 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. 6 outs to go in this game for Sun Prairie West. Hoping to mount a comeback. With the top of the order coming up, this might be the best opportunity to score some runs against the new pitcher, Utek. Here's the 0-2. Magley drives it to left field. That is a solid base hit. And the first 2 batters of the inning are on for Sun Prairie West. tying run is on deck. Don't go anywhere. This one is not over yet. Couple of good hitters coming up. Grant Pedersen, the next to stand in for the Wolves here on their home field.
Yeah, Pedersen 2 for 3 with 2 infield singles to short. Also with an RBI today.
How about a great piece of hitting there by Cal Magley, facing a 2-strike count, runner on base to start the inning, and he just squared up and lined a shot into left field. Solid contact, some of the best of the day for Sun Prairie West at the plate. Down 8-4. Pedersen, big cut, and he missed. Pedersen was involved in one of the crucial plays of the afternoon for Sun Prairie West. He was on base in the third inning when he was picked off by Joey Tamboli. Sun Prairie West had runners on the corners with 1 out, facing a deficit but still in the game. I believe we were looking at a 3-1, or excuse me, a 4-1 game at that point.
Yep.
And he was picked off first base for the second out of the inning. Batter at the plate, Jensen, then struck out to end the inning. And that was a crucial moment in the bottom of the third, looking back at how the rest of this game has played out. The 1-1 to Pedersen. Low, and it's 2-1. All right, so some of the Sun Prairie West fans in front of us starting to get into this one a little bit again. A beautiful night for a baseball game. 69 degrees at first pitch, cooling off a little bit as the sun sets, but sitting in the shade, slight breeze. This is as great a night as you can get for high school baseball in the state of Wisconsin. 2-1, line to center field. Is it going to get down? No, it's caught. And there's the first out of the inning. Cam Glusick, a couple of steps coming in, and I tell you what, if that had just gone a little bit either direction, that could be a gapper and 2 runs scoring for Sun Prairie West. Bad luck for Pedersen as the first out here in the 6th.
Now Jensen up 0 for 3 today. Came in hitting .357 with 5 RBI. The team leader in runs batted in.
Right-handed hitting third baseman Jensen struck out with a runner on third a little earlier in this game. Takes a ball, 1-0 on Will Jensen. Grayson Utek on the mound in relief of Joey Tamboli, who went the first 5 innings. The ace starting pitcher for Sun Prairie East. Utek steps off. And this is our first time calling a game here at Sun Prairie West High School, Dennis. You wonder, with that sun setting behind us, as you see it with us here on the YouTube channel, the outfielders, the pitcher facing the sun as it sets, you feel like that might be a benefit to the hitters. They have a little trouble seeing in the outfield with battling some of the shadows and some of the trajectory of that sunlight. There was a field that I umpired games at down in Waukesha, and we played on Sunday nights. It was an older league, 16 to 18-year-olds, so the ball's coming in fast. And there were portions of the game where we actually stopped play and just said we didn't want to play because these guys could throw 70, some of them bordering on 80 miles an hour, and
the lights aren't that good.
Like, as the umpire and as the catcher, the sun was setting in center field. You couldn't see it. Like, it was dangerous for the batter, for the catcher, for the umpire. Like, you couldn't see what was happening. So we would just, when we got to that point in the evening, we would just take a break for 20, 25 minutes, go get some snacks, and then resume play.
Miller time.
Well, no. Dennis. 16 to 18-year-olds.
For the adults.
Well, let's be real. All these guys were driving themselves to there weren't many adults there cheering on everybody. This was more of a upperclassmen in high school independent league on a Sunday evening in the summer to go and enjoy.
Okay.
Miller time.
Yeah, I played Babe Ruth ball when he was 15 in Fredonia. We had a lot of parents bringing their six-packs.
Strike 3, down goes Jensen. I can't get away from this conversation fast enough. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Trust me, Fredonia, 1,000 people in town, we had 10 bars.
Guy gets inducted into 2 Hall of Fames and he just starts letting it fly. Next thing you know, I got a 6-pack out in the car waiting for us when we're done here.
No.
Strike 1 on Clark Denke. He's had a productive day at the plate. Denke scored a run back in the 2nd inning.
Walked he's walked twice, scored both times.
Yeah, walked and scored also in the 5th, part of the 2, or excuse me, he was the lone run that Sun Prairie West was able to score last inning. Pitch to Denke, low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 runners on, 1st and 2nd. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 6th. 8-4, Sun Prairie East has extended its lead. First of 2 meetings over the span of a little more than 48 hours between these 2 squads. They'll play again Saturday morning at Sun Prairie East at 11 a.m. I guess we should say weather pending.
Yeah. But they have turf as well, so.
Seen some of the forecasts from our friends at News 3 now. And
yeah, they got a better shot of playing than most of the teams in the area with grass.
Could be tough Saturday. We'll see how it all goes. I will be at a first birthday party on Saturday, so unfortunately won't be in attendance for that one. I have something to say about that here in a moment as this pitch is in there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a theme for the first birthday party for one of our good friends, their first daughter.
Okay.
The theme is We Survived One, and it's like a Survivor, the TV show, theme.
Oh,
and they say, like, come dressed as your favorite Survivor character. Like, how do you appropriately dress as a Survivor character for a 1-year-old's birthday party? What?
Have you seen what some of them wear? Yes. Yeah.
Strike 3, and down goes Sun Prairie West on a strikeout of Denke in the bottom of the 6th inning. We go to the 7th, Sun Prairie East with an 8-4 lead on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Doesn't leave time to wait. You need answers and a banker who responds. At Starion Bank, you work directly with local decision makers who understand your business and act quickly. No runaround, no delays, just solutions. The right banking relationship makes a difference, especially when things get complicated. Starion Bank, built for the long game. Visit starionbank.com to get started today.
Badgers Athletic Director Chris McIntosh is moving on.
If you looked at when he took it to where it is now, athletic department is worse off from when he started to where he is now.
Continue reacting right here on your home for Badgers coverage, 100.5 ESPN.
Honda's presentation of PrepMania, the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. We play on to the 7th inning. Sun Prairie East with an 8-4 lead on the road over Sun Prairie West. So we get set to start the top half of the 7th inning. Gruber remains on the mound for Sun Prairie West. Seems as good a time as any for me to tell you Gruber Law Offices has a reputation for winning. Their experienced, powerful team works tirelessly to help people and families seriously injured in accidents by providing the best care and service. There's never a fee until they win your case. Gruber Law Offices, serving the people and state of Wisconsin for over 35 years. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. I'm sorry, I stepped over you, Dennis. That's my mistake. Gruber on the mound, and 1 ball, that's all, as we start the 7th inning on Casey Kelly, the right fielder. Thank you. I was hoping for that one. Fly ball, foul territory down the right field line. This will land innocently up against the fence, and now it's 1-1. Sun Prairie East scored in each of their first 4 innings at the plate. In fact, they've scored in 5 of the 6 innings so far here tonight. 2 runs apiece in the 1st, the 2nd, and last time up in the 6th.
Yeah, don't need a lot of runs in an inning. Just chip away a little bit here, and all of a sudden it's 8.
1 ball and 1 strike And another foul makes it 1-2. We were having this debate. I don't remember if this was during our opening day watch party on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. It might have just been when I was hanging out with some of my friends. But when they say a crooked number on the scoreboard, what's your definition of a crooked number? Is it anything but a 0 or a 1?
Yep.
So a 2 would be a crook. So we could say Sun Prairie East has put up a crooked number 3 times tonight.
Right.
Swing and a miss, and strike 3. Down goes.
That's Ostrenga.
Ostrenga. I'm sorry. That was Ostrenga who took over for Ireland back in the 5th inning. So Ostrenga drew a walk last time up. He strikes out here in the 7th inning, and there's 1 down for Sun Prairie East. I just don't feel like 2 is a crooked number. Our video producer Owen says 4 is his definition of the crooked number, but
depends who you talk to.
Like 3 runs is a productive inning. There's also really like
you're more. I think of it's more like 6, 7, 8. Those are good crooked numbers.
5.
5.
Whenever I heard that, I guess I always assumed it was at least 3 runs or 4 runs, and then it must have been on our opening day watch party because I think Brian Anderson said, or Jeff Levering said it a couple of times on the TV telecast for the Brewers game. And
that's a good question to ask.
They had scored like 2 runs in a couple of hours. Like, well, wait a minute, that's not a crooked number. And we, that debate ensued.
It's a good poll question.
I also learned this week you can put poll questions in a group text. Did you know that, Dennis?
Oh, yeah?
So, yeah. Owen's looking. Look, I'm teaching someone younger than me something for a change with technology. That's fun. Yeah, in like a group text, if you want to say, like, where should we go to eat tonight, you can actually do a poll, and then everybody can vote. But the flaw with it is you can vote multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
Strike 3, and down goes the
Hudson Turek.
number 9 hitter, Hudson Turek. And back-to-back strikeouts for Grayson Gruber dealing here in the 7th inning. Field now completely covered in shadows here as we play in the 7th.
2 in the 3rd innings, 5 strikeouts.
Looking pretty good here on the mound for Sun Prairie West.
I think they got their closer. Maybe you can be a starter, too.
Strike 1 now on Manny Abreu, the leadoff hitter. Abreu has had an eventful day at the plate. Struck out swinging his last time up. Grounded to Magley, who made a phenomenal play defensively a couple of innings ago. And Abreu pops one up to second base. And for the first time tonight, Sun Prairie East is retired 1-2-3 here in the 7th inning. Last ups for Sun Prairie West, trailing 8-4. Coming up next on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
We're on the Badgers.
I think what jumped out to me first and foremost was Fickle's energy and his passion.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
I'd say that's only increased as I've had a chance to sit down with him more.
This is 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Bottom of the 7th, Sun Prairie West, last chance to score 4 runs and come back in this game trailing 8-4 at home against crosstown rival Sun Prairie East. PrepMania brought to you by Starion Bank. When money flows easily, your whole business runs better. Fewer delays and less friction. Starion Bank Treasury Management gives you just that. A rare triple play of quick deposits, smooth payments, and strong fraud protections. Visit starionbank.com to get started today. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up for Sun Prairie West, who have been some of the more productive hitters this afternoon for the Wolves. Zane Pienkowski will lead it off for Sun Prairie West. Struck out looking his last time up. And I am really pulling for Zane to come up with a big hit here as a fellow bowler. Bowled a number of 300 games, something I cannot say that I have done in my career. And he takes a ball from Grayson Utech here to begin the bottom half of the 7th inning. 8 runs, 10 hits, and an error for Sun Prairie East. 4 runs, 7 hits, and 2 errors for Sun Prairie West. Ball 2 in the dirt. And I'm sure the message from Coach Aaron Buss to the Wolves is be patient at the plate, try to get some traffic on the base paths, and see if you can mount a comeback and force Sun Prairie East to maybe have to go use another pitcher here in this bottom of the 7th inning if they have to. 2-0. There's a strike on the inside corner. Sun Prairie West would have to double their run output for the first 6 innings here in the 7th in order to come back and tie this game. They've scored 4 runs in the first 6, and they need 4 to tie it. Line drive, Pinkowski on 1 hop at second base. It's fielded and thrown by Jack Parker over to first in time for the out, and there's 1 gone. Haven't mentioned Jack Parker's name much today. He was the designated player for Sun Prairie East in high school baseball. Dennis, you can speak to this better than I can, but the rules are a little bit different where you can have a player who's not in the batting order but plays the field. So because Tamboli, the starting pitcher, is such a good hitter in the 5 spot, Parker was today's designated player. He's had a couple of nice plays out in the field at second base today for Sun Prairie East defensively.
Yeah, some managers, coaches want their pitcher just to concentrate on pitching. So that's where the DH came into play. But sometimes you take it the one hitter, especially if you're trying to scratch runs, you want to get that extra bat in the lineup. So you find probably the weakest hitter you have that day and sub. Not that the guys can't hit, but you're always looking for an angle, and it gives another player a chance to play. Instead of 9, you got 10. You got 1 guy in the field only and 1 guy at bat only. But I remember when they first brought the DH in, how tough that is to, when you make a mistake at the plate, there's no chance for you to make amends out in the field, making a great play like Magley did earlier today.
Strike 3 swinging. Down goes Ben Mushinski, and the Sun Prairie West Wolves are down to their final out here this evening. 8-4. And the last hope for the Wolves is Sullivan Arnold, the second baseman. 0 for 2 with a walk and a run scored. Arnold takes a ball, and it's 1-0. Sun Prairie West entered this game having won each of its last 2 after starting the season 0-3. Sun Prairie East coming off a loss, but they're 3-2 on the season. Line down the right field line, foul, and it's 1-1 for Arnold. And again, these 2 teams are scheduled to meet again on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Hopefully they're able to get that game in without too much inclement weather disrupting it. Make sure you follow along with our ESPN Madison social media platform so you stay up to date on our next PrepMania baseball broadcast here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Really fun to be able to bring high school baseball to fans around the Madison community and beyond. And we know we have fans who tune in from everywhere to watch games that they can't get to on a regular basis. It's our pleasure every time we hear about grandparents, aunts and uncles, family friends who live outside the state or outside the area and can't make it to the games themselves. That's why we like to bring it to you here on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Down to their final strike. Pitch is high to Sullivan Arnold, and it's 2-2. Sun Prairie East 1 strike away from walking out here a winner. Sets, fires, driven to left field, playable. No, it's going to be down for a base hit. Sun Prairie West extends the game. Sullivan Arnold with a line drive 2-strike single, and he's aboard with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Well, 2 more of those and you're a grand slam away from tying the game.
That's true.
It's the thing about baseball. You can't get everything you need in one strike most often. You need to string it together. Rely on your teammates to come up and get the job done, and we'll see if Maverick Johnson can extend the game as he steps in now. Sun Prairie West coaches all collaborating here on the left side, and we'll see if they want to make a change. Looks like they're going to run for Arnold at second base. And so number 11, Josiah Benjamin, comes out to run. In the notes from head coach Aaron Buss, small in stature, but a great base runner. There have been a number of players like that have come through the Milwaukee Brewers and across Major League Baseball, especially with those September call-ups, guys that come up and they're like exclusively used as outstanding base runners. First pitch a ball to Maverick Johnson.
That's our managers like that. When you used to expand to, 30, 40, now their roster's more limited, but you can bring guys up to pinch hit, pinch run. A lot of situational, and just to get a cup of coffee in the major leagues is something everybody wished they had.
1-1 after the swing and the miss for Johnson. Reached base back in the second inning, but strikeouts in each of his last 2 plate appearances. Trying to keep hope alive for Sun Prairie West, and now they're down to their final strike here in the 7th.
Yeah, both Demboli and Grayson Utek combined for 11 strikeouts today, so good job on the hill.
Wolves had a lot of opportunities to try and score some runs and extend this game, especially in the middle innings, but just had a couple of mistakes and couldn't get it done. Swing and a miss, down goes Johnson, and that's your ball game. The Sun Prairie East Cardinals take it 8-4 over the Sun Prairie West Wolves. Sun Prairie East improves to 4-2 on the season. Sun Prairie West falls to 2-4. We'll award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game coming up after this to wrap it up on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquartered in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
We're on the Badgers.
Well, I'm not disappointed that he left. That's his choice. If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
Using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch. It's no big deal.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. That's a wrap. Second high school baseball broadcast of this 2026 season. This one in the Battle of Sun Prairie goes the way of the Sun Prairie East Cardinals. 8-4 our final score. The Cardinals win it and improve to 4-2 on the season. Sun Prairie West falls to 2-4. Before we get the final numbers, let's first award our Pizza Hut Player of the Game. Dennis Semrau, we award the Pizza Hut Player of the Game here on Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania. Pizza Hut has changed the combo game with their My Hut box. Get a choice of a 2-topping personal pan pizza, a half melt or a full melt, and your choice of a side, either boneless wings or fries. Man, all that sounds good right now. Starting at only $6.99. Find the nearest location and order online at pizzahut.com. Pizza Hut, the official pizza of PrepMania. Dennis, a lot to choose from for the Sun Prairie East Cardinals offensively tonight. Who do you pick as our Pizza Hut player of the game?
Well, we got a runner-up. I go to Cam Glusek, 3 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI. But I think you got to give it to the pitcher and hitter, Joey Tamboli, 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. Went 5 innings just shy of the 100-pitch limit and allowed 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, hit 3 batters. But, hey, so he put 6 on. But he did it on the mound, and he did it with the bat. So
there it is.
Way to go, Joey.
Joey Tamboli going to enjoy himself a little Pizza Hut as our Pizza Hut player of the game, the official pizza of PrepMania. 8-4, Sun Prairie East wins it over Sun Prairie West. These two teams will meet again on Saturday morning, at least as of now, scheduled for 11 a.m. First pitch across town at Sun Prairie East High School. We will keep you informed on when our next high school baseball broadcast is on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on the ESPN Wisconsin app. We know this for sure. We will be at the Cardinals Strikeout Cancer game coming up in early May. Mark Tauscher will be part of the broadcast. Dennis, I look forward to joining you for that one as well. We've done this for a long time, almost coming up on 10 years, and this is the first time that you and I have actually called a full high school baseball broadcast together. We've done a remote broadcast at Cardinals Strikeout Cancer. I called the one with Tausch last year that you were around for, but not really incredibly involved with the majority of that.
I did the pregame.
But start to finish, it was nice to do this with you all night long. So I appreciate you. I appreciate our entire ESPN Madison team being able to put this schedule together, especially the work of Hunter Vaughn and Pablo Iglesias being able to help contribute to our coverage of high school sports here in the greater Madison area this season. Thanks so much to those guys, and thanks so much to you for joining us here tonight. For audio producer Riley Yauk back in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison, for video producer Owen Dimple, and for the Dean of Area High School Sports, Dennis Semrau. My name is Jesse Nelson. This is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of PrepMania on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Good night, everybody.
As a single mom,